stream is live. Well, I mean, it was live before, but now we can hear things.
Yay.
Yay. Alrighty. Welcome to Rant On, Super Duper Gaming Edition. E3 is dead. Long live fake E3. Because
next year.
That's what's happening. E3's being replaced. No, E3's dead.
Nah, E3's dead.
E3's
They already
dead.
said that it's coming back next year.
They
Okay,
said
no,
it'll
no,
come
no,
back, but yeah,
no.
it ain't coming back.
Justin, let me ask you this: if a horse dies,
Yeah.
it's a dead horse.
Yeah, but then we start beating it.
Yeah, and that's what's
User
happening.
joined your channel. User in your channel is recording.
Oh my goodness.
Sounds are good.
User in your channel is recording.
User.
Sorry.
The channel's recording. That's not good.
Sounds are
No
good.
worries. Okay, so we sound good.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna redo the intro again.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Everything's fine. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rant On. It's fake E3. I mean, long live E3. I mean, long live fake E3, because that's apparently what's happening now. We've got a bunch to talk about tonight. I've got Jim,
Hi.
Justin,
Hello.
Nick,
Oh, yeah.
and last but not least, Andrew.
Hello. This is your Pro-Am champ talking.
Yes, yesterday we
right.
featured I don't even know how long that stream was. I think it was like 3 hours. It was the inaugural. It was the inaugural Ranting Media Open. Andrew became the champ. We played golf with friends for, I want to say 72 holes. I may be off.
Jesus.
It was a lot. I heard Jim call me names I never thought I could ever be possessed to hear him say.
And just so you know, I said them with such hate and vigor, they almost felt like slurs.
I felt the universe had a disturbance going through. It was just like a streak of vinegar and piss. And just debauchery that was just spewing from Jim's mouth. And I was just like, I've never heard this before, man. And it was...
I love it.
I filed a restraining order
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, I can't.
I know you can't fault me for that, but
How does that
No,
work when
no, not at all. I would've done
you're our
the same
legal
thing.
counsel, though?
I would have done the same thing.
you're saying legal counsel can't file restraining orders?
No, I'm asking how does that work? Like, do you just put it on your own desk and sign it, or do you like have to still get it
I mean, it's a
notarized?
whole
Well,
process.
To a judge.
Well, what Jeff does is he puts on his white makeup and his powdered wig, and he he climbs the 20 stairs to get to his desktop, and he fucking rules down over us. That's
The
what he
20
does.
stairs. What?
I don't know. For some reason, when I think about like British Parliament, I think they're really up high. I don't know
20
why.
stairs isn't that high.
I'm
I
fat,
mean,
bro.
It's kind of like
20
it's kind of like
stairs
a
is
mini
like over a
staircase.
flight.
Yeah, it's like a staircase. So
Yeah, that's the next story.
that's pretty high. That's like
Fair enough.
like towering over everybody, man.
Justin, if I throw you off a flight of stairs, do you think it would hurt, or is it not that high?
Would it be down a flight of stairs or up a flight of stairs? Are you,
First
It'd
off,
be down.
Are
You
you
don't know
going
if
against
Justin
gravity?
has had stunt training or not, so that might not be that high. You'd be like, yeah, I can go for another take.
first off, are you throwing me off the stairs, or am I being pushed off the stairs?
No, I'm throwing.
You're
I'm-
incorrect.
I'm
you're
picking
incorrect
you up.
even still. It's throwing down the stairs.
Oh my god.
I
Oh
know
my god.
this isn't wicked. You're not going to be going against gravity.
Oh my god.
Deep
Get
cut.
him off.
Deep cut. I can't be thrown off. I own this podcast.
Oh yeah, the most popular musical of all time is a deep cut, Jeff.
Okay.
What's the most popular musical of all time?
That's
I
not
thought
the
Wicked.
most
I thought it
popular
was
of
Cats.
all time.
It's the
Is it
most
not
popular musical to make sure you get a blowjob from your wife of all time.
I will have you know, according to my very quick Google search, that it is The Lion King, my friend.
Oh, is it The Lion King?
Well, if we're going by highest
Oh.
grossing, which is followed by sadly
It's-
Frozen 2, Frozen, and then we
Okay,
get to
I'm-
Community.
I want
Grossing doesn't
Broadway,
necessarily
not-
mean most popular. because if what's the first thing you think of when you think of musical outside of The Lion King?
Hold on.
Not
I'm also
Frozen and
getting
Frozen
rid-
2, that's for sure.
I think of like I don't know. Fuck, now I'm stumped.
You already failed because what's the first thing you think of? You think of musical.
Hang on though.
Probably,
Anybody in
probably
this-
Cats. Probably Cats.
You're looking at a list
or
that is
Les
that mostly is music, like movie musicals. Here, do you want to know the top 5 top grossing
No.
Broadway musicals of all
Yeah,
time?
yeah. Why don't you tell us the best musical holiday and what month that's in?
Well, number one is The Lion King. Number 2 is Wicked. It's made $1.37 billion. Then Phantom of the Opera. Then Chicago. And 5th is Book of Mormon.
Okay.
Wow. I would have thought Rent would have been on that list.
Hamilton is number 6. Hamilton will most likely overtake all of them.
I was about to
Rent
say
is-
like Hamilton
Rent is
not on this list.
no, it is. It was like number. Rent is number 17.
500,769, whatever the fuck they
minutes, yeah.
said.
I know what it is. And then right below Rent is The Producers, and I love The Producers.
Oh, Hamilton has had the most expensive top ticket of all time at $998.
Oh, did you expect this podcast to go this way, Jeff? When you were prepping for it?
That is what happens with this. It's why it's called Rant On. It's literally
Was this the quickest it's ever gone off the rails?
I think so.
I don't know if it's
You're
the
welcome,
quickest.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Welcome
Because
back to
I think,
the musical podcast.
pretty sure the last time Todd just started going off on some random tangent and then
I do want to
Such is
say,
the
I love
way.
the fact that this group is eclectic enough that we have musical theater fans. That just,
I
Yeah.
did theater in high school, man.
I did theater in high school too.
musical theater
we don't talk
fan
about it, though,
is reaching for me.
You want me to sing the
Yeah.
entire Rent soundtrack? I'll do it right now.
No,
I've seen
No,
I've
I
seen
need to
be-
Phantom of the Opera.
I don't need to.
And
be,
what's the one with puppets?
the one with
Oh,
Avenue Q.
Pinocchio.
Yeah, I saw the Avenue Q and Phantom of the Opera, and those are my musicals.
I've been intrigued to watch Avenue Q. That one seems really good.
Oh,
think they
like,
do it
watching it live, sure. I don't know if I
It's very funny,
enjoy. I don't know if I enjoy like.
I've only seen
pre-recorded
the,
musicals.
like video clips, and I enjoyed the video clips of Avenue Q.
I will say, yeah, I enjoyed myself watching Avenue Q.
I've
Hamilton
seen
was
Rant and the video recording of Hamilton that they put on Disney Plus last year.
good. Right? Yeah, that's what I liked it. I mean, it wasn't bad.
No, it was exactly what I expected it to be.
And then
I
Lin-Manuel
thought the
Miranda
most-
became the fucking god of all musicals at Disney. And it was just like, you're going to be involved in Encanto and fucking Coco, I think, and a lot
We
of
don't talk
things.
about Encanto. Toto.
It's actually really funny because at work we have a. I'm gonna just suggest it's like a group of people who are trying to make Hispanic heritage, very well known, and everyone keeps joking that it's just a bunch of people just watching Encanto all day.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't work there.
Careful.
Yeah.
Sick burn.
Well, but they also have Coco. So Encanto and Coco.
We
In
don't.
Coco,
I don't talk about Coco.
I don't
What's
either.
wrong with
I
Coco?
No, I don't want to talk about Coco.
What
I'm
the
good.
too
fuck
much of
is
a
wrong
baby
with
man to talk
Coco?
about. Old lady die, make me sad.
He's
Yeah,
got-
there
he's
we
got
go.
reasons.
Nick, on the fucking nose, Nick.
Nick, you do a movie about death the year that
Wait.
you lose somebody.
Hold
then come back
on.
and talk to me.
Hold on.
I've seen movies
And my
that
grandma
have people
Just
die.
died.
Like every other year, somebody I know dies.
Fair enough.
Wait, is that just because that's what you associate it with?
Oh yeah. So here's my Coco story. So I saw it in the theater with my wife, and it was a pretty packed theater, and we saw it like way after it had already come out.
Okay.
So it was my wife sitting on the edge, then it was me, then it was some just rando dude, then his girl sitting next to him. And we get to the point where like I've suppressed a lot of it, but it gets really sad. And like the sad song "Remember Me," like the first time they play that, and I'm at the point where the lump in my throat is causing me not to be able to fucking breathe. Like it's like I'm trying to hold it back. You know when you try to hold that shit back?
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Why are you
and-
using toxic masculinity to hold back your
Oh, no,
tears
hold-
when you just
hold on.
want to cry and bawl?
so I don't like crying, man. It gives me a headache most of the time. I hate crying.
Well, that's your balls
so-
talking. Just cut them off and then cry like a real man. God damn.
So I look and it just like it was perfect timing. I looked at the guy next to me right as he was looking over at me, and we both knew, and we both kind of just nodded like, okay, and we both started crying at the same time.
Did you have like that dude moment where you're like, I got you?
And it's like,
I
it's
mean,
okay, we can do this.
And this happened. Forgive me for asking, but right around when your grandparent
It
passed
was
away.
right after my grandma died. Yeah,
Okay,
like a couple months,
I get it. I mean, you know, when
When-
my grandma passed away,
Actually, hold on. When did Coco come out?
2017.
2017. I vaguely
It was-
remember that one.
It was 4 years.
Oh, Jim, I
knew
was
it was
about
bullshit.
to have like a good moment with you. I was about to be like, man, I could connect with you. 4 years, dude.
It was
Come
in
on.
the same decade.
It definitely made it. All I was thinking about was my grandma watching Coco.
I mean, I get it, but like the opening of Up was also gut wrenching too. So I mean,
the
that's
opening
just,
of Up,
yes.
fucking nothing. Got nothing out of me.
Well, yeah,
The
but
opening for
you weren't
Up is just
married when
depressing.
Up came out.
What? Say that again.
You weren't married when Up came out. I bet if you saw Up for the first time right now,
What year did
you'd be
Up
like,
come out?
"Fuck, I'll never leave you. Listen, oh my
2008,
God.
2009,
I'm not gonna
right?
fucking
Okay,
fuck
Up came out in
balloon."
2009. I was dating Alyssa in 2009,
Dating doesn't count.
count.
but only okay. When did it actually come out?
May 29,
So
2009.
I had been dating Alyssa for about 6 months at that time.
Listen, I'm just
Little
gonna
bit
tell-
different.
Jim,
I get
I'm
it.
just gonna tell you right now. Movies like that can make you emotional. It's fine. Having a
I've
reaction.
cried at 2 movies.
Uh,
Coco.
What was the
one.
other movie?
Ladder 49.
Damn, I was gonna say like Rudy or some shit.
Ladder
No.
49.
Oh, like, yeah, weird, right?
That's a weird one, yeah.
Does
Ladder
no one
49,
get
what was
choked up with Field of Dreams?
No.
No.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
I'll be like the first to admit that I've choked up at several films. I choked up at the ending of Big Fish when I saw it in theaters the first time.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie.
Oh God, that was rough. Anyways, welcome to the musical
Video
slash
games.
the slash discussion of Coco and how it was
Welcome to the cry stream, everybody.
Yeah.
4 years
Just
after.
get a
What
big
makes
wad of
you
tissues
cry?
to get your Ben and Jerry's.
I mean, this is just a nice therapy session for us every other week. All right, so let's talk about guns and shit in video games. Not.
I want to talk about cars. I want to talk about.
Hell yeah, monster trucks.
Um,
Beef jerky.
So, Summer Games Fest is the first on my list of lists.
With Dorito Pope, Jeff Keighley.
I don't know.
We're
what I
giving
was
Jeff Keighley
expecting.
that sweet, sweet money, right?
I don't know what I was expecting for Summer Games Fest.
I wasn't expecting much.
Same.
I get it, but like,
I was expecting Hideous Kojimbo to show up in that and not in the other one.
Oh, because
He was
Keighley-
the Devolver Digital tease.
No.
No, that was Suda 51.
No. I'm just saying.
Oh.
Wait,
that's what
really?
we're expecting.
Oh no, in the because he showed up in the Xbox one, which we'll talk about later. But I was expecting him to be with his main man Jeff.
The
Oh.
Dorito Pope, Jeff, not you,
Yes.
Jeff.
Oh no, yeah,
Unless
not
you got
Jeff, the other
Kojima
Jeff,
on
Jeff.
standby.
well, like the Kojima thing. It was one of those things that they like. Apparently, a couple days before this all came out, someone leaked like details about it, and Kojima Productions like asked them to take down the tweet. It's a new game called Overdose, I think is the name, and it's supposed to have Margaret Qualley, who played Mama.
Quiet, right?
Love her.
Yeah, no, not Quiet. She played Mama in Death Stranding.
Yeah,
That's right.
Quiet was
more
something
importantly-
Houston.
Stephanie
Yeah.
Houston.
More importantly, she played Pussycat in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay.
Okay.
Jim.
Oh.
Well, I am just stating a goddamn fact. and
You
you're just-
are.
You're
That's
the one who
fine.
said it was most importantly, and it went with a big
Oh,
solid.
God, why?
It's I mean, it's fine, man. I didn't say it was a bad thing. I just said okay. And moving on.
Isn't
yeah,
that the thing? It wasn't that also like rumor though that like, no, that was Death Stranding 2 where Redis was like 2 days before Summer Game Fest. Yeah, we're doing a sequel. I just finished mocap.
Listen.
Are they finally going to pick up Death instead of stranding it out there?
Did anyone? Who else finished Death Stranding besides me? Okay.
I did.
I liked it.
The ending was pretty conclusive to me.
I mean,
Maybe
kind
that's
of.
just me. I mean, I don't know. He went off the grid. Are you telling me? Oh, actually, I already got the plot. I spoke.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
just want
say,
them
I
to
I
do
figured it
Death
out.
Stranding
They're
Revengeance.
gonna be like Sam Porter Bridges. We need you back. And he's like,
Yeah.
nah, I left the grid. I'm caring for. I forgot the baby's name.
Emily something, yeah.
No.
Cool.
What's the baby? What's the baby's name?
I don't remember because that was like the most asinine thing at the end that you find out the baby was.
Lou.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lou.
I haven't played it.
Baby's
Oh yeah,
name
the
is
baby's
Lou.
name was Lou, and it
Right.
was a little girl.
Yeah. Wait, Andrew, how long have you had?
Yeah.
it?
Named
I
for
don't
Lou and
have
Platter.
it, but like, I was kind of at one point I will
man.
play it.
I'm gonna stop right there because there are finer details we've skipped.
Oh, and learning that the baby's name is Lou is not a spoiler
Yeah,
Nah,
it's not a
because
spoiler.
it's not like hinted at or anything in the beginning. It was just a quick
me-
nothing. It was like,
Let me
man,
let me tell you
baby
something about Hideo Kojima.
now give me that
games.
monster.
The
I'm
story
gonna put a
is
binky on it.
the story is frequently confusing and makes no sense, but it's some okay. I don't play the games for the story. I'm not gonna lie.
I do.
I play it because it's cool.
Walking's cool.
Jim, why are you silent over there? What's wrong, buddy?
No, y'all are just gonna make fun of me.
What? We're not making fun of you. What do you got?
Oh, no, fuck.
No,
Hey,
seriously.
they just spoiled the game for me. Don't worry.
How can you
your
play a
piece.
game like that? That I've watched quite a bit of people play. It looks so goddamn boring. And you don't care about the story? That'd be the only redeeming factor in a game like that. That's
have
the
to
reason
agree.
why I love games like Firewatch and Gone Home and those. Do you think I
because
like
the
pointing and
exploration
clicking?
factor,
Jeez.
the mechanics.
But that's the story. If the
He's
exploration
not
factor unravels the
point.
story.
Like part of the reason I played it was to go through the story. Like the story is what kept me going. Like, oh, I gotta go to the
Like,
next
it
mission.
is a gameplay mechanic because, like, dealing with those fucking ghosts on a motorcycle and trying to balance a bunch of pizza boxes on your back was actually pretty fun.
I don't think I've ever been Jim, the rage that you had last night, I want you to multiply that by at least 10 during like the last few sequences of that game because I was literally fucking screaming at my TV.
There's a
in
sequence
in certain sections.
There's a sequence about halfway through that game that I'm not gonna spoil, but like it left me on edge because it's like when they try to introduce combat and you're just like, God damn it, this is way too far into this game for me to want to learn how to shoot and kill stuff.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're not like you can shoot and kill stuff, but it's always really bad.
Yeah, exactly. Like the
It's-
entire time the game's like, don't kill anything, and I'm like, all right, you got it.
So sometimes, Jim, to answer your question, it's more about the journey than the story. I'm not saying the story is awful by any means. I'm just saying it's kind of confusing, and it's not why I play Hideo Kojima games. There's so much going on in those games, so much dialogue, so many cutscenes, and you're just like, it's not that it's hard to process. It's just like, do I really want to think about this that much?
So, there was a zero punctuation game recently
I
called
fucking love zero punctuation.
what's it called? Hard Space Shipbreaker. And he also had another stream where he was elaborating on what he was talking about, but in it he was saying that the core mechanic of the game, as far as the gameplay wise, it's not anything super interesting. It doesn't really do anything like that, like pushes the envelope or anything like that, but it's a kind of mindless tedium that's also set in a fantasy, like a sci-fi fantasy world, or just a world not like the one that you're in, where he calls those post post dad games, where it's just if you're a dad or you're just a guy later in life, you don't care about doing competitive shooting or competitive games. You just want something to start. You get into a game, you have a task you want to do, and then you actually see that task completed, and you get some kind of reward that says you did this. Good job. You get
Yeah.
some kind of upgrade, and now you can do it again, but better. Like, dads love shit like that. I love shit like that, but I've been a dad for a while without having any children.
As I say, it's like, you're about to reveal some secret that we didn't know about.
No, it's like somebody's gonna reveal some secrets that I don't even know about. Like some secret's gonna be 10 years old and been like, oh yeah, you got a lot of back pay.
And we have them here tonight.
Oh no. I'm chartering that fight now.
So, other announcements during Summer Game Fest. We had a Goat Simulator 3, which completely skipped Goat Simulator 2. Amazing, by the way. I just, because I literally sat there and was like, wait, where was 2? The riff on Dead Island 2, the trailer was pretty fucking great.
I thought it was Dead Island 2 for the longest. I was like, oh my god, they're finally gonna do it. It's no longer
And
Vaporwave.
I saw the trailer and I thought it was Dead Island 2, but I noticed that this looks like a lot worse than
Lot worse.
the
Yeah.
original trailer they put out. What kind of downgrade did they do? God damn.
Moved Unreal
100%.
Engine 3.
They also, the only like big news for me outside of like, there's Warhammer 40,000 Darktide, which I'm sure Jim is excited for.
Me too.
On Game Pass.
It's supposed to be on
Last
Game
of
Pass?
Us Part 1.
It's gonna be on Game
Hello?
Pass.
I think so. It might be.
Oh.
Like Vermintide's not even on Game Pass.
No.
Thought I saw a thing on it.
It will
Andrew,
be
you
out
had
on...
one with Turtles in Time. Don't push your
No.
luck and say everything's going to be on Game Pass.
It'll be on Xbox
I mean,
Series
he's
Series
getting
all
X.
those
Persona
sets.
3 and 5 on Game Pass to go back and 4.
It's P3P.
You're not hosting.
You're skipping ahead, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, but feel like the giant Andre the Giant fucking in the wrestling here, just going no. Anyways, Xbox Game Pass on Samsung TVs. Waiting for that streaming stick, then I'll be truly interested. The Last of Us. So
Yes.
Who gives a shit?
I do. I do.
We talked
Don't
about
take this from
this. We talked about this briefly on your stream.
God
I guess it was last week. Yeah, because
Yes.
this happened last week. Jesus, it's been that long. Listen, when I heard that they were potentially remaking The Last of Us, I got really bummed, and I'll tell you why. It's because it means that we're now doing the Bethesda model of just remaking the same game over and over again for newer generations.
But
And
it's
gonna be
amplified.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm gonna counter argue with 2 things. Number 1, we are also getting a remake for Resident Evil 4, which came out
Lame.
4 or 5 years before Last of Us 1.
Resident Evil 4 is so old, though. The Last of Us is how old?
The original release was 2008, 2009.
That's so not
Alright,
true
so
at all.
Last of Us
No, The Last of Us is
was 2 generations ago.
Yeah, it came out on the PS3, guys.
2013.
at
Oh,
the
shit,
end
I'm-
of... Exactly.
So,
So 9 years ago.
9 years ago, when we've already had 2 fucking games at this
Resident
point.
Evil 4 was 2005.
so I'm going to contradict what I said last week. Yes, I would love to play it, but I've also learned I don't have to give $70 to Sony on release date to play it again. I'll wait for it to go to like $30 or $40, and I'll pick it up and I'll play it.
Nah, you want that fucking steelbook. I know you. You want that fucking
No.
steelbook. It's
If
burning a hole in your pocket already. They're like, hey.
If they had done one with a statue like they did 1 and 2, I'd been all in on it. But it's a steelbook and a copy of the comic I already have. I'm good. I can hold
No,
off.
they're gonna have like a collector's edition, but it's just gonna have a golf club, and you'll know what to do with it.
Oh shit. That's memories I
Wow.
don't need back from 2 years ago.
So they released the remastered version in 2014 for PlayStation 4, which I realize that this is a remake, which means it's from the ground up. Which
Yes,
fine.
it's using the tech from 2. So
which is it's okay. The thing Naughty Dog has done in recently, I would say, is that they
Is
usually okay, calm down. They will usually take an older game and then they'll try to port it to the new system so that they'll learn about the PlayStation, like the next version going up. That's what they did
Mhm.
with The Last of Us Remastered. And they're like, well, we'll just fucking sell it. We might as well. I don't really see a real good reason for this because it didn't start at Naughty Dog. It actually started at the Sony, a different part of the Sony studio, Sony's Visual Arts Support Group, but then eventually moved under Naughty Dog's budget after the staff joined the project in 2020. So in 2020, Naughty Dog finally was like, hey, we're actually gonna do this. So my point is that I really would love if they just did something new. I need a new IP at this point, and I don't need it to be Last of Us anymore.
What if they release Last of Us, but then it's an entirely different game told from the perspective of the Fireflies? Would that subvert your expectations?
Yes.
No, because apparently the multiplayer game that they're announcing, or rather that they announced, is probably going to be that, because it's supposed to be all new characters, blah 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 blah, set in the same universe. Fine. That's gonna probably be just like Fallout 76, and it's gonna be terrible.
Was there anything at the Sony State of Play that you were excited about? Because
Well, that wasn't from the State of Play though. This is just the Summer Games Fest.
Because State of Play is technically part of Summer's Game Fest.
Yeah,
Was
but
it?
this
Wasn't it, like,
specifically
a week
was
before?
announced. It was on the June 2nd. But this announcement was at actually on Jeff Keighley's stage,
Okay.
and that's when they showed the first clip from the HBO show. Blah blah blah.
No,
Yeah.
not a clip.
Or a picture. Yes.
The first
I
image,
apologize.
a
and then
snip.
announced that Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson are in the show, but not playing Joel and Ellie, and
Right.
that was the whole thing. And I was like, okay, cool.
I mean, the State of Play for Sony had Final Fantasy 16.
Yes.
They announced Spider-Man is going to PC, which everyone knew would happen eventually, and apparently a
Peterman?
lot of people are pissed about. I don't know why. Closer look at Street Fighter 6, cool, and the announcement of the Resident Evil 4 remake release date. Which fine, I probably won't play it, but good on.
So all old stuff.
I would
relatively
rather
Except for
play
Final
the-
Fantasy 16.
I'd rather play the VR.
Yeah, the VR stuff looked pretty decent.
I mean, I thought Street Fighter was sick awesome.
Street Fighter is
Street
not going to
Fighter-
get my money at all whatsoever. Doesn't matter what
Oh
they
yeah,
do.
I lost all my faith.
I'm not a fighting game fan, so
No, I
any
mean
fighting
same, but
game
I
really
do
is
like
gonna-
Street Fighter though.
Unless
I
they
like
do
Street
another
Fighter.
Dead or Alive, I'm not really going to care that much.
After 5, though, even from the start, after 5 in general, though, buying in stupid late when they go, this is it. This is the completed version of Street Fighter V right here. Buy it at this price, and then full of advertisements, and then all of a sudden they go, oh, by the way, we're gonna do a whole nother fighter pass, and then we're gonna do more stuff, and we're gonna add more stages, more all this, and it's like,
Well, it's just a bait and
stop
switch.
lying to me.
Yeah.
It was just
Well-
a giant bait and switch.
Andrew, I completely understand what you're saying. Coming as a Payday 2 fan,
Yeah, it felt like Payday 2.
when they said
mean-
no more DLC, this is the last thing we're doing, we're going to start working on the next game. Oops. Sorry, guys. That was a little fib.
The money was
Who's
too
getting
good.
heated? Someone's getting really
So-
heated.
I don't know. There wasn't anything that was super great there. The Sonic, I don't even want to talk about Sonic because it looked kind of.
It looks terrible.
Frontiers or
Devolver Direct. I don't know
Devolver
much
Direct.
about this. Did
I didn't
you
watch
all
it.
watch this?
I don't miss Devolver. Every year I
Alright.
do not miss it.
All right. Well, we're moving on. Then.
I'm just mad that they didn't have something that I could froth at the mouth at on their website, like Devolver coins. Or,
Oh my god.
Is that a
I have
real
no
thing
idea.
they've done?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I was
and it was like because it was a Devolver coin that changed its price like every 10 minutes. So at some point it was like $500, and then some point it was like $1.
Oh,
It
neat.
was just random.
I was phone at the ready. I'm like, I'm not gonna miss whatever crap they're doing this year. I'm gonna
Mhm.
be in on it. I'm gonna be in on this joke. And really, the only joke was that they had Suda 51.
Yeah.
What did he announce?
Nothing.
Yeah, he didn't announce anything. He was just there as there.
So I love Devolver, and I love their showcase. This year, I was kind of like,
It was
Okay.
a little lacking.
yeah.
Like there was nothing that was, oh my god, I gotta play that, or wow, they're actually like they can re-release games because they're the same game, just porting it onto a PC, but they'll do something that wasn't available before. Like when they did Metal Wolf Chaos, like you could only get that on PS2 like in Japan. And it was fully like localized in English, but it was only sold out of Japan. So Devolver actually ported it over and said, we're going to release it. And people were fucking hyped, as was I.
I
But
think I
this
was
time,
in the room
they
when they
didn't do
announced
anything
that
like
and you
that.
lost your shit.
The what?
I think I was in the room when you lost your shit and I had no idea what the hell that game was.
Oh, shit. if you want like a game that's so goddamn America,
Well,
from
so,
from the idea of the Japanese. Like I like the meme that says, "Be the American the Japanese think you are." And they just show like American anime characters.
apparently Epic Game Store had a show. They showed off a game for Lord of the Rings called Lord of the Rings Return to Moria. Crafting and building game that looks pretty interesting. Looks much
looks
better
awesome.
than the Gollum game that they're trying to shove down everybody's throat.
Jim, how you felt about Last of Us is how I feel about this.
That's fine.
Wholesome Direct didn't watch. Future Game Show didn't watch. Let's move on to the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase.
Did not watch.
But my problem is I don't know what was announced when. I just watched like recaps.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine.
So what was from
I'm
what?
rolling through it.
I have my list.
So
Are you rolling
Redfall.
around at the speed of sound?
Redfall, I think, is a game, Jim, that you were going to like.
I'm excited.
So Vampiric Left 4 Dead 2023 is when it's coming out.
I'm in for that. Fucking Left 4 Dead without zombies, hell yeah.
I mean, we're playing Vermintide.
Well, and I apologize, Andrew, did you actually confirm? I see it in Slack. I may have missed the part where you actually confirmed that it is coming to Game Pass. Dark Tide.
It is. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, so Dark Tide is coming to Game Pass on September 13th.
Nice.
There's Arc 2, which I know Michael's played, and he's told me that I would hate
It's
that game.
Free
So,
on Steam right now.
Arc
First one.
2? Oh, the first one.
Arc 1.
No, the first one.
Okay. So
With
this
Vin
is.
Diesel, where it's all about dinosaurs and family.
Oh my god. I did see that particular part and I got really annoyed because I was like, Vin Diesel does not look like that in real life. He needs to calm the fuck down.
I mean, but
Um,
didn't they already announce that he was already in it?
Yeah,
I
couple of years
could.
ago, didn't they?
That's entirely possible, and that's just how little I care about that game.
Like Ed came to me like, "Oh yeah, they talk about Ark, and weren't you excited for Vin Diesel?" And I was like, "Vin Diesel's in it?" Because I missed that part like entirely.
Yeah, there's so. This is the interesting thing. The Blizzard and Activision deal still hasn't closed yet. It's being reviewed by the FTC. However, they're pretty much just moving full steam ahead. They're just like, you know what, it's happening. This is what's going to occur. So, they've already announced, like, I'm looking at the games for 2022. Oh yeah, it's totally on there. Dark Tide totally is on this list. That's funny. Plague Tale Requiem, Valheim is coming, which I've heard is good. I haven't played it before. Hello Neighbor
Survivor.
2 can die in a fire.
That's on coming on Game Pass.
It is coming to Game Pass.
I thought everything that was at the Xbox Game Show was coming to Game Pass.
Yeah, Hello Neighbor
Oh,
2 is
but-
coming to Game Pass.
Like they showed a lot of stuff, but not everything. It says come to Game Pass, but not everything's PC Game Pass.
Yeah,
Well,
some things
the
might
only
console Game Pass.
the only counter I have for that, Nick, is that on the Game Pass app, I've got a thing that says pre-install Hello Neighbor 2.
Oh no, that I do know because I see it on the Game Pass app. I'm responding to Justin, who said everything that's showing was going to be on Game Pass. I was just telling him not everything's going to be on PC Game Pass.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, nothing really specified completely PC.
didn't
Pass.
say
We have this
PC,
situation with
yeah.
Turtles.
I didn't. That's one thing they definitely need to fix going forward.
Because a lot of things did say it was going to be a console premiere, but
well,
some of them that did say console premiere were also coming to PC. So I don't know if they're saying PC is a console, which I mean it is, but
My thought is that they're going to put everything they can on PC because at this point they don't care enough about the Xbox to warrant isolating off.
because all of their first party titles, they said will all be console and PC day one.
yeah.
Like they said, yeah, if it's an exclusive or first party title, that's what it's going to be. But half of the things they showed were third party. So,
Well,
but
and
then
I
another
think it's
good
the
portion of
ones.
them were acquired.
Yeah,
or-
so like Diablo 4. Oh, actually, interestingly enough, Diablo 4 is not listed as Game Pass. Interesting.
That's actually
That's
really
interesting.
Yeah,
So-
it was, the
so
Riot Games
Starfield-
stuff. That's what was surprising.
So Starfield
I mean-
is, and I have things about Starfield in a second. We'll get to. Redfall is. Forza Motorsport is.
Hell yes.
yes, it is.
That's the most hype thing I was all about.
Resident
Wheels.
Evil is coming, but not to Game Pass. So basically, this chart is telling me all the games that are coming over the next 12 months, and
Well,
just
I
a
think
few
that-
of them are not Game Pass.
I think that Jim is going to be all right because his degeneracy game Scorn should be coming to Game Pass.
Yes, it is.
Actually, Jim,
Oh.
you should check out the Callisto Protocol as well.
Yes.
I think you'd enjoy
Oh yeah, like that.
that.
I didn't like the trailer.
So I'm putting my tinfoil hat
goddamn.
on. Did the Blizzard stuff not come to Game Pass yet because they don't want to be like, oh, it's coming to Game Pass, and then the deal fall through and they're like, actually, no, it's not.
Well, I mean, but they already have certain Bethesda games, so
Not
I mean,
Bethesda, the Activision.
yeah,
Blizzard.
you're correct. That's probably why it isn't like for sure day one yet, because they can't comfortably say this deal is going to close. I think they're trying to, but they have a lot of hurdles to go through. The person who runs the FTC right now is literally like, I am cracking down so fucking hard on companies that are trying to monopolize stuff. And do I think it's ultimately going to go through? Sure. I mean, I think it will. Every single time I talk about this with other people outside of this group, everyone cares about fucking Call of Duty. Who cares about Call of Duty?
That
I do not.
little preview was probably the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life. I would probably be more interested in watching paint dry.
I mean, Call of Duty.
Ooh,
can
paint
just,
drying simulator.
Call of
Get
Duty
that
can
on
just.
Steam.
I mean, but no, Power Washing Simulator is better than Call of Duty at this point. Hot take.
I mean, has Call of Duty even been? And I say that outside
Holy
of this
shit, there
group,
is a paint drying
it's still
simulator.
relevant.
Of course there is.
And it's in VR.
Of course
Holy
it is.
crap!
Andrew,
I'm
there you
playing
go.
that.
Is it like $5 or is it like a full 60? Because that would be hilarious.
No, it's $4
oh perfect.
for
What a
drying
nice-
paint simulator VR, but the non VR is only $1.
Oh perfect.
Ooh.
What a deal. All right.
Hell yeah.
Put that on my
So-
wish list.
Let us talk about Starfield briefly. Trailer came out, or rather not trailer, but actual gameplay for the first time. I think this is the first time it's been revealed.
Yeah.
Already had some red flags as the robot went down the fucking stairs and then immediately clipped through the world. With
I
its
didn't
feet.
even see that.
Left no footprints either, so just the immersion is already broken. There's a lot of things that have come out since the gameplay trailer. I don't know if any of you have been reading up on those things. But Starfield, it is not it is not ship to planet.
No,
If-
I saw that.
If you are familiar with the Outer Worlds, where you get on the ship and then you can go have a cutscene or a loading screen, and then all of a sudden you're up in space. That is exactly what will happen in this game. You cannot just
not
fly down
like
onto a planet.
No
So-
Man's Sky or Elite Dangerous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To say, so it doesn't sound like No Man's Sky, which is what this game's been compared to.
Well,
Which
so
I
my other
get.
thing is what about the space fights? I thought they had this whole thing about space fights. How is that even supposed to happen?
So you can
Well,
still have
because you can get
dogfights.
to space.
You
and
can get to
fly
space and
shoot.
you'll be flying, but basically you'll get to a planet and presumably as you approach the planet it'll be like, would you like to land? And you'll press a button and it'll go like, okay, landing sequence engaged, and you just watch a
Oh.
cutscene of you landing on the planet.
That's
And-
not that bad.
Well,
It's
it's
not
bad
great.
because they said that, oh, we have these entire worlds and they're fully explorables. Like,
Oh, okay.
then why do I have to
Here's the
pigeonhole
other
myself to one port?
here's the other problem with that. It's going to have 1,000 planets that you can visit, which is, let's just be real honest with ourselves.
They're
right
all going to
now.
be copied
About
from each other.
950 of those planets most likely are just going to be barren. There's not going to be anything on it. It's just going to be mineral,
A resource
extraction,
planet, yeah.
resource. It's going to be kind of dumb. And to be honest, I can see the No Man's Sky comparisons, especially when you're like mining for minerals and stuff like that.
Yeah, when the
But-
laser came out and you were getting iron,
Yeah.
I was just like, "Dear God, are you kidding?"
And to be
Yeah,
honest,
nothing makes me more angry than thinking about Starfield right now.
it's Starfield, like on the surface, they literally were like, hey, this is basically, they took the Fallout 4 engine, they made it better, and they're like, we're just gonna, now you're in space. And
I mean, it's still a
Better
win
in quotes.
if they can get it out before Star Citizen.
Worlds 2.
oh my god, Star Citizen.
I thought Star Citizen was out.
No,
No,
Oh.
no.
Star Citizen
I mean,
has been in the making for like
The
14
pre-alpha
years.
is out, and if you buy like a $500 ship, you can play it.
Which, so I bought both I think it was 60 at the time, the starter kit, which guaranteed you like a ship. And I also bought Elite Dangerous at the exact same time. Just to compare the two. And when I played Elite Dangerous, I was like, this is really cool. And then when I got to Star Citizen, it's like, hey, we can show you your ship. and we can show you what it'll look like if you get in your ship, and that's it. News coming soon in like a year from now, and I'm just the feature creep is just ridiculous.
I mean, you can also see your apartment and pick up a burrito and then turn the burrito in your hand.
It's incredible to me. Man, I could feel like we could talk about Star Citizen for fucking hours, but it's incredible to me that people are still investing in a game that is clearly way beyond
A
its
money
scope.
sink.
It's way beyond what it should be. But Starfield in general, I'm gonna be real honest with you. If it wasn't coming to Game Pass, I would not be even considering trying it. It just Fallout 4 kind of duped me.
Yeah, I get that.
I kind of am getting the same exact vibe from this, where it's just like, hey, this is gonna be super ambitious. Hey, by the way, we've never done space combat before, but we're gonna try to do it here, and we're gonna make you, have a shipbuilder. There's so many complex systems that they're adding that the amount of bugs that they're famous for is it's gonna be outstanding. Just
So
how
that's the
many
thing
bugs.
is, like, I thought that once they got acquired by Xbox, that a lot of that was going to stop. Like, no more shipping out half-baked games.
You
We're
can't
actually
correct bad habits in that industry, though. Like, Microsoft shoveling more money at them and getting more people isn't going to fix how they're going to regress bugs, or how they're going to identify bugs, or how they're going to look at this stuff. Like,
Yeah, but it still has to go through the quality control of Xbox, like, before it can hit Game Pass. I mean, I know there are some games that are still on Game Pass that are bugs, but they're not on Bethesda level.
Like, I fully expect it to be perhaps a little bit more baked than Fallout 4 was at launch. But to be honest with you, what was even more interesting was afterwards, he was like, hey, we're finishing up Starfield. We are just now entering pre-production on Elder Scrolls 6, which I might add was announced in 2018. They're just now entering pre-production on Elder Scrolls 6.
And then they announced Fallout 6.
And then they announced, oh, by the way, after that, we're going to work on Fallout 5. And I was just like, okay, fuck. Fallout 5 is in 2036. Calling it. 2036.
I laughed my ass off when I heard that, just because I was like, that's not coming out this console generation.
No,
or next.
There's absolutely no way. They would. That announcement alone, that kind of casual, like, oh, by the way, this is happening, actually made me more upset than anything else, because I was just like, you just introduced a whole new IP, and now you're just gonna just abandon it. Essentially, you're just like, oh, Elder Scrolls 6, and that's what we'll be doing for the next 50 years, and then Fallout 5 for the next 80 years after that. So that's, whatever. There wasn't anything else really from the Bethesda thing that I really cared about that much. Plague Tale Requiem is cool. I mean, I don't know if any of you all played Plague Tale originally, but that was interesting.
I watched Kristen play it, and he had a good time for the most part. There was parts where it was a little too, tough to go through. Yeah.
Emotionally or gameplay?
Yeah, it's a pretty grim game. It's not one of those. Let me put it this way: The Last of Us Part 1 was, I wouldn't say it was hard for me to get through, but I got through it. But watching the trailers for just how depressing The Last of Us 2 was going to be, I still haven't finished it, because it's just it's a pretty hard game emotionally to get through. There's just a lot that happens, especially like you're killing dogs in that game. Spoilers. That's not fun. Why? No. It's not.
Nick is like, where do I do this? How do I download it?
Like, I'm not going out of my way to kill dogs.
Yeah, but
that still they're just
certainly
pixels.
tempting, apparently. So that pretty much wraps up. There's the PC gaming show. Nothing there was announced that was cool.
Oh, the Justin Roiland thing.
Yeah, there's a Justin Roiland thing, and you're completely you made us stop talking about Persona, and then you're just gonna skip Persona. Cool, man.
Oh, I apologize. Please talk about Persona because I.
Oh my god, I was practically in tears.
And that's the Persona talk.
Oh god, yeah, get ready, guys. It's been a while since we've done a Persona 5 Royal check, but guess what, man? Once that comes out in October, I think it was
actually
October 21st.
If I remember correctly, if I'm looking at our Extra Life checklist of things that we have to do this year, we just made Nick suffer last night through Golf with Friends, so check.
Yep.
Allegedly, we're still doing a D&D game.
Allegedly.
So, sort of check. We'll do a half check.
Yep.
We are supposed to have a Persona lore stream with you
Woo!
at some point.
Yep. I don't recall. I think it's in September, actually.
Oh, you all actually mapped that out. I forgot. I apologize.
Yeah. Yeah. It is coming up. It is in the works. I just don't remember when in the works it is. But yeah, be sure to follow and subscribe for that, because that's gonna be a lot of fun. I love Persona. To hear that I get to play Persona 3 Portable now, because that was one I don't think I could have done without an emulator, but to do it on the real and give Daddy Atlas their taste, yeah, I'm good with it.
Are you not in the camp of FES is the best Persona 3?
So that's the thing, is that's what a lot of people are upset about. It's Persona 3 Portable, but some people
Which
are
is better.
It makes sense.
Which is better?
Portable is better story-wise because it has Fess's endgame content with the option to play as a female protag. But the problem is it doesn't have cutscenes, and the overworld is visual noveled.
Oh.
So that's why people were pissed that it was portable, because the gameplay gets nixed for being on a PSP. Now, Fess should, in the vein of them announcing it as Golden and Royal, should have been Fess, because Fess would have gone through and gotten you the complete content, and honestly would have been just fine.
No,
but
it's not the complete. It's not. Portable is the complete content.
But because you get a female protag that
you get the whole story for your male protagonist. You then get a secondary story with so much more additional content,
which is in
with
Fess.
your female, huh?
With it, which is Fess. That's the answer. That's the end of Fess.
You're absolutely fucking wrong about that. That's just untrue. So you don't have actual animation. Who gives a shit? You're not playing those games for that. You're playing that game for the story and the social links.
For that. People play games different from your taste. Did you know that?
I understand that, but what?
Do you?
Honestly, you're playing Persona 3 for the visual aspects, not the story, not the social links.
Hold on a second. Did we not just talk about how Death Stranding, we were playing it, and I said it wasn't for the story, and you were like, why wouldn't you play it for the story? It looked boring. Sounds a little hypocritical there, Jim. Just throwing it out there.
Really? I think I'm doubling down on my stance. I don't think it's
no.
hypocritical
Actually,
at all.
Jim's right, because you said you were playing it for the gameplay, not the story. Yeah. Jim's all about story, not the visuals. He's still story above all.
I thought he just said visuals and not the story.
No.
Okay, I'm not going to be like, if you ask, blah, 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 and I'm not claiming to be the biggest Persona fan, because trust me, I like SMT games way more, but I feel if you... Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, please, sorry.
I feel like if you talk to most people who have mainlined all the Persona games, it's largely agreed upon that P3P is way more sought after than FES. Dude, I can go into any retro game store and buy a copy of FES for $25. I can not do that with the portable version.
So I'm looking at a wiki right now. It says Persona 3 FES is the same as Persona 3, and it includes an extra epilogue section with the final part of the story, and a large area to explore and battle in. Portable is a trimmed version of Persona 3. It has mainly the same story, but it does not include the epilogue of Persona 3 FES, nor does it have characters acting out each scene.
I mean, also the fact that I'm reading here that says it lacks 3D environments and character models. All anime cutscenes are gone. The graphics and audio quality were compressed. This sounds like a
the one good thing
bullshit
about
version.
The one good thing about Portable over 3 and FES was 3 and FES didn't let you control the entire party. It's just the main character.
I don't really give a shit about Persona. I'm just letting you know. Like, I'm the last person to be like complaining, but just reading this on the tin means that, like, to me, it sounds like this is the inferior.
I know it's not a AAA game, Jeff.
Here's what I want to say is that they should have just added all of it into one game.
But Atlas doesn't do that.
Atlas
does not.
But
except for Royal and Golden. But look, I'm mad at Atlas for other reasons right now.
I am mad at Atlas for another. Let's fight against the common enemy of Atlas that's not feeding any of us.
Soul Hackers 2 is launching with a $40 DLC.
Really?
Is it really? I didn't know that.
Yes,
What's in said DLC?
Oh, it's the remainder of the story.
Are they doing a Asura's Wrath?
They're doing exactly what they did with the rhythm games for 4 and 5, where they basically let me repeat. They're doing what they did for Street Fighter 5.
Oh man!
They're giving you
in the infinite. In the words of our lovely producer Todd, get fucked.
Yeah, exactly. So I was all ready to drop the coin for the special edition for Soul Hackers 2, because I love Soul Hackers 1, and
So I'm seeing with the digital standard, all you get is Persona 5 outfits in the full game. However, there is a bonus story arc called the Lost Numbers that you get when you upgrade to digital deluxe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you get it also with the digital premium.
How much is digital premium?
I'm not sure how much prices are. It doesn't say price.
I don't think the digital premium has been. I don't think there's even a release date where you can pre-order it.
It's $59 for Soul Hackers 2, $69 for digital deluxe. Digital premium's $89. I have it pulled up on Steam right now.
The premium has Mary Maid frock outfits, so you can get upskirts.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's what this says.
Justin.
The other ones don't have that.
Oh, you can also get Persona 5 Phantom Thieves outfits because that's...
Fucking love it. Oh my god. Where do I sign?
Right there with your credit card. $69.99.
I do like I'm fine with them doing what they did with like Royal and Golden. But yeah, this is ridiculous.
Well, hold on.
Just wait for like a
story arc. Is that what you're talking about? Is like the missing?
Yeah.
Well, that's $69 though.
It's a $70 game, so we're gonna be giving into that kind of stuff. I say just wait for them to put out the big giant one.
It's an Atlas game. Do they do that?
Okay, yeah, no, they don't do that, Golden Royal.
Fair enough. Well played.
It sounds like you all have a lot of grievances with this series, and I personally don't
no.
You're still supporting it.
Persona 5 is probably one of my favorite games of all time.
Persona 5 Royal?
So I can't say Royal because I have not finished Royal because I have not gone back because it pissed me off so much.
Oh.
Now you get another opportunity on October 21st on your computer in 4K, 60 frames.
I know. I can go back. I can. I know. I'm at the end, but I'm just kind of like I haven't gone back in like forever.
Okay.
So
I'm going to ask you this though, as somebody who has played through about 3/4 of the way through 5, not Royal, but just 5. Okay. Is it worth finishing 5, or should I just bite the bullet, wait till October, and play through Royal from the beginning?
3/4? How many team members is that?
5?
6.
6.
No. Like, who's the last team member that you got?
I have to. This is how long it's been since I've played this game.
Well, if you can't remember, just start fresh.
Yeah,
There
it's
you go.
probably where.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go. Easy answer.
So, but remember, with Royal and all that other stuff, you're gonna have to.
It's right after Joker got captured by, or right before Joker gets captured by the police.
Oh wow, yeah, you need
That's
to just go ahead and start
immediately.
all over. Yeah. So no. So, because no, it's not immediate. He's at the casino, so he's at just before everything goes down. So yeah, I would just go ahead and
Was
start
that
over.
like 50 hours?
No, like
not 50.
according to my save file, it's like 12.
That's not 12. I'd say somewhere around 30, 40 hours, but yeah, not 12.
Oh,
Cool.
So
Yeah,
that's that.
Persona 4
Did we
Golden.
satisfy
It's
the
going well for me. 3
Did we-
is amazing.
Did we
5
is my
satisfy
favorite.
the Persona?
3's my favorite. So, Andrew,
no
if you
1
get to
and
play
2?
3, I would love for you to let me know your feedback on it.
Yep.
Because I personally think that's the best story of the
Wait,
3.
how old is Persona 3?
Came out when I was in high school, so
It
2007,
was
2008.
PSP.
Yes.
Yeah, if that helps.
2006. It was a
2006,
PlayStation
yeah.
2 game.
Yeah. Because
Oh yeah, PS2. Before that.
yeah, because I remember
I think 2 has the best story, but 3 has the best game.
I've never played 1 or 2. To be honest.
Ready to make new social links, find the best waifu, and kill God.
Always Agus. It's always Agus. Just remember that.
I mean, it just keeps
That-
saying an abridged portable. Just I don't know, man.
Either way.
I'm not trying
either
to
way.
stir the pot. I'm just reading what's on the tin. An abridged, shorter.
I know
version.
it's not big budget AAA. I know, Jeff. I'm sorry.
No, no, Jim. It's not that. It's they knowingly had to cut content to fit on a smaller disc. They cheapened the experience.
But you get to play as a girl. Wink,
Okay.
nudge,
Oh
nudge.
my god. I'm gonna take a minute. Oh, Justin, Jesus mother.
She gets to play as a girl.
I mean,
Do my
an
happy
ally would
dance.
really want to
Do my
play
happy
as a
dance.
girl to get that experience.
Doing my happy.
An ally.
Moving on. Let's talk about Overwatch 2. It's gonna be free. Moving on.
No, well, can we real quick? I want to talk about Overwatch 2 because there was something I found out today that I was like, "Holy shit, are they kidding? They
What's
gotta
that?
be kidding."
Okay, so are you talking about the fact that they're ditching loot boxes for a battle pass?
Loot
and
boxes
seasonal model?
are gone for battle passes. Battle passes are the freaking worst.
So
Question: do you guys know if I get to keep my skins from 1 in this or no?
You do.
Yes.
You do.
All right, then I'm good.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
Okay.
Seasonal model supported by battle passes in an in-game store through which players can purchase cosmetic items outright with real-world money. I don't know. I mean, is there a free version of the battle pass? Like, can I still?
Yeah, there will be.
accumulate
There is a
things?
premium and a free. There
Can
is.
I
Oh,
ask,
That's fine. I don't see a problem
with
with this.
Overwatch 2, is there anything in this game that could not have been done in Overwatch 1 with an update?
I mean-
5v5 over 6v6.
I mean,
No, the
So the
Nick,
update is take out a
Nick.
character.
I think we've all been calling Overwatch 2 Overwatch 1.5 could have been an update. We realize this, which is fine. But the fact that it's free is kind of the part that's like it doesn't really matter at that point. This is basically like we had a discussion about this a while back, I think a couple podcasts ago, where if it had cost money to upgrade to this from Overwatch 1, there would have been fucking riots, because there's obviously not enough here to be like, oh my goodness, this justifies it. I still to this day don't know if it's a new engine. Like, I don't know if they've added new graphical requirements for this, or if it's literally just a fresh coat of paint. Like, basically, to me, this is CS Source over CS Original, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
That's to me what this looks like. So, but they laid out kind of their path. October 4th, season 1, they're gonna have 3 new heroes, 6 new maps, a new game mode, 30 new skins, and a new tier of skin called Mythic Skin, which actually looks semi-interesting. You get to like customize different components of the skin. So like you can swap, like for Genji, for instance, you can swap out like a mask, and you can customize the color of the mask.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I mean, there's new things that are being added here that I think is interesting. The loot box mechanic, I don't know, never really bothered me that much. I can understand why some people consider it to be gambling. Like, I get it, because you can just throw money at it and not get what you want. But I mean, that's the random mechanic that you're getting. Outside of that, I just don't really care that much right now.
Yeah, they didn't
at
even
this
add like a
moment.
dating aspect of it.
Games
Can you
get better with
play
dating
as
aspects.
Can you play as a girl? Yes. So yeah, it's gonna be launching October 4th for free. Sojourn, Junker Queen, and an unannounced support hero will be added to the roster. I don't know. I'm interested to see what they do with it. Again, could have been an update, but so long as it's free, don't really care that much. Diablo 4 don't really care about. Diablo Immortal also don't care about. And that's pretty
Nobody
much
likes Diablo more.
Huh?
I was actually pretty hyped for seeing the Necromancer trailer until I realized, oh, this is for Diablo. Never mind.
Yeah.
I love Diablo. I love Diablo 3. I mean, I just do. It's a very satisfying, very kind of shut your mind off and just kind of just play a game. It looks cool. I'll probably play it, but there are other games that scratch that itch that aren't related to fucking Blizzard. So
Yeah, and just to be clear, like
Fucking Blizzard.
Blizzard, I don't know if y'all saw what they announced today, actually. That they they have finished their internal investigation of themselves, and that they have found no wrongdoing of themselves. And the board of directors did not knowingly try to or didn't ignore pleas for help and blah blah blah. And I'm like, and then they of course blamed it on the media. And for a minute there, I was like, God damn, did Trump join the board of Blizzard Games? Is he just spinning their policies now? Just throwing that out there. I don't mean to get political, but here we are. So yeah,
no, man, it was not Trump. It's not Trump. It's Vince McMahon.
I mean, pretty fucking close.
He needs a new job.
Where's Kodak? Bring me Kodak.
I don't know. I'm still on the fence about that whole situation. And when I mean on the fence, meaning I don't know if I want to support them going forward. And still in that same boat. So I guess we'll see what happens. Hopefully they can fire the guy once the thing closes. But again, don't know if that's actually going to bring any meaningful change. Leave your comments in the subscription box below. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
Let's talk about it in the comments and make sure you tell specifically Jeff what you think about this.
Yep.
'Cause I don't have a say in it.
So finally, I mean, I'm checking here. I don't see anything else crazy. Nintendo is supposed to have a Nintendo Direct on the 29th.
Is that for sure?
Well, okay. Alana Pierce, for some reason, has said that, hey, that's when it's happening. And then that claim was corroborated by Tech Radar and another company, and so I guess.
All right.
Friend of the show, Lana Pierce said that. I believe it.
I mean, I don't see why she would lie about it. She doesn't seem to be the type that would just frivolously throw things out like that.
Well, if she doesn't seem it, then that makes her the perfect person to do it.
I mean, she feels credible to me, but yeah, whatever. She seems credible at this moment.
How did the Kool-Aid taste, Jeff?
Surprisingly delicious.
Mm-hmm. It's the best Kool-Aid you're gonna have for the rest of your life.
There are a couple of events that's going to be taking place in August. QuakeCon is apparently happening digitally August 18th through the 20th. I truly don't know what they'll reveal there, except maybe Indiana Jones from Machine Games. Maybe I don't truly know what they.
What type of game is that going to be?
Don't know. They've only announced a trailer for it, and that's all we've gotten for the past 2
and
years.
It was one of those camera pan.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we're doing something cool, and then no more information. So yeah, Nintendo Direct June 29th, and then QuakeCon August 18th through the 20th. THQ Nordic is supposed to be doing something. I don't really care about THQ Nordic though, so there is that. I think we'll wrap up our gaming section with announcements.
I got some stuff.
Well, okay, go for it. The floor is yours.
I'll just run through them real quick. Okay. Aliens: Dark Descent. Anybody see that trailer?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be a top-down.
RTS SRPG comes out next year. I think it looks pretty cool. I like that universe. Stormgate coming out in 2020. Well, the beta comes out in 2023. It's an RTS and SRPG as well. They're made by Frost Giant. Do y'all know who Frost Giant is?
I know Frost Giant.
They're the developer. Well, they're a bunch of devs who worked on old Blizzard games like StarCraft and Warcraft, like that. So this should be pretty cool. But the beta comes out in 2023, so we probably won't see that till 2 years from now. You mentioned it. Scorn looks fucking awesome. It's a horror game. Comes out October 21st. There is no dialogue, very minimal combat. It looks like a cross to me between games like Planescape Torment meets I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream. I'm fucking stoked for that game. It looks awesome. And apparently I'm a pervert because of it.
Yep. Well, we all do that,
Genesis.
besides the game, so, but...
Metal Hellsinger comes out September of this year. It is like a rhythm game, but Doom, or Doom, but a rhythm game. Anyways, the music fucking sucks, and played it for 3 seconds before deleting the demo.
Okay.
Decarnation, which was kind of just one of those games that they showed without talking over it, like just glossed over it. But it's an old school style looking like pixelated RPG, psychological horror, comes out next year. Literally everything about it looks awesome. Just literally from the small 15-second trailer they announced, the game I'm looking forward to the most that they've talked about. And then today, I don't know much about it, but they announced Dragon's Dogma 2.
They literally just said, hey, we're doing Dogma 2.
It's in development.
Can I ask you something? I've never heard of that game until
Dragon's Dogma?
recently.
Dragon's Dogma?
Yeah, I've never played it.
Oh.
I played it because Nick recommended it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And like I said in our Slack message earlier, that game would be so much better if it had some multiplayer.
Is it not multiplayer at all?
The first one, no, not really, because you play as
Steam.
your one character, and then you get like a helper person that you can like grind up and have them help, but then you could also get another person's helper like from off the internet or something, and then they can play with you, but you can't play with another person. And it's like a fantasy action RPG, and then you could like fighting griffins and giant cyclops and stuff, and then you could jump on them and then climb up their backs and start wailing on their face with a sword.
It's like
actually pretty raw.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The little bit that I've played, like that is one that I definitely want to dig into once I'm done with a couple of these Warhammer games that I'm playing.
Interesting. Cool.
So
it's on the Switch too. if you care about that.
I do.
I don't know if y'all. I think y'all looked at the Final Fantasy news that came out today.
I did.
Did.
Just saw
For-
the Crisis Core one.
For those who didn't see, they announced the sequel for Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's called Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's going to be coming out next winter. And shocker, it's part of a trilogy. It's going to be coming out with a third game at some point. Apparently, they're already starting to work on it. I don't know how that's going to go with people who were on PlayStation 4 like Andrew. And
Yeah, I am a little upset because and to be fair, I know that Todd is saying you're a little quiet, Jeff.
see,
Yeah, so I know
To
for
me,
me
you sound
personally, I played Persona, not Persona. God, I'm still on that. I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I thought, from what they said, that they were going to continue on PlayStation 4 because the whole thing is to move your items, your materia, like your
Okay.
weapons and your materia over.
I didn't
But-
realize that was what they said.
Yeah, but then they bamboozled me today by going, guess what? It's only on 5 now. And it's like, okay, well, I know that they offered a free transfer one to
Right.
the other,
Yes,
right? I don't know if that's still available. I bet
It
it's
is.
not.
It is.
Okay.
it's
Either way,
permanent.
I am out. If you're not gonna at least keep by your word, I don't need to play it. I'll do like everyone else is doing and watch someone else play it because I enjoyed Remake to an extent. There are things I would love for it to change, but for the most part, I enjoyed the time I put into it, and to see where the story was going because it is going somewhere different. I will say that. And that was going to be cool. But if they're basically saying pay the $500-$600 for a new console and then you can experience it, I'll wait for the computer. I don't need to move my materia or my weapons that much anymore.
I get it. I understand.
I mean,
And
is there anything else that's come out since this?
They just said that it's going to be a trilogy, and then they also said that they appreciate the fans and blah 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 blah.
yeah,
that sort of stuff.
It was a very short and sweet presentation, but yeah, they just basically kind of showed like I think the trailer is like 1:30, and it basically shows nothing.
Not a
and,
damn thing.
Yeah, and not even anything that would be recognizable to anyone that is a fan of Final Fantasy VII. So yeah,
Like I saw it and I was even confused because I was like, "Wait, this isn't where this is supposed to pick up."
Well,
like-
I mean, we don't. This could be one of those things where it's. Oh, I don't know. The Verge is saying it's a PS5 exclusive.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know it's a PS5 exclusive. Now, but here's the thing: is the original remake was a PlayStation exclusive. Intrograde was a PlayStation exclusive. I can order it on Steam right now if I wanted, or
Okay.
wishlist it. Excuse.
Well,
So,
Are you
I
talking
mean-
Rebirth or the
No,
other
the-
one? Remake.
the remake Intrograde with the Yuffie DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I saw a page not too long ago that had Final Fantasy VII on Steam now.
Yeah, it went up today after the thingy that they did. So they were like, "You can buy it on Steam starting today."
now here's the other thing about that though is that we don't know for sure if it's just a launch exclusive. Maybe it'll eventually come to PC like a month after.
It's probably going to be a year because that's what they waited for remake.
Well, and that's. I mean, you tell me if that's fine or not, but it's better than not coming out on PC at all.
I mean, I'm gonna play it on console, so
Well, yeah, but you have a PlayStation 5. A lot of people don't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
They're still saying that they're not like. The crazy part is, like Xbox Series X consoles, you can just buy off the shelf now. Apparently, from what I've been seeing recent reports of, like I can go. Of course, as soon as I do this, it's gonna make me a fucking liar. I'm going to Best Buy right now. I want an Xbox Series X, and it's sold out.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Well, on Amazon, you could order a PS5, but first you have to like
Type in
get
Xbox
invite
All
code
Access.
for it.
I don't
So
know.
it's
Xbox All
basically
Access,
like
what?
get
Are you
put on
talking
wait.
about
That's-
the? Are you talking about the thing where you can like rent
Yeah,
the console?
that's how you
Rent
lease
out
it.
the console?
You
What?
lease it.
Yeah,
You
well,
lease it.
Yeah, you're leasing it. Basically, you're paying for Game Pass, and you're paying like a stipend of the console cost. It's more expensive than buying the console outright, to be honest.
Wait, leasing it from
Microsoft.
Xbox?
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah, that
This
Yeah.
actually is not a new thing. They did it with the Xbox One as well. Or like
Blockbuster did it.
No.
Yeah,
I mean,
remember
like
going to
from
Joe and renting an N64.
Exactly.
so you get an Xbox Series X or an Xbox Series S console plus 24 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for $24 a month. I'm sorry, from $24.99 a month. I'm assuming that's for the base console. Yes. So it's $34.99 a month for 24 months, which would get you Ultimate as well as the game, or like the Series X console, which runs you
Price of the Xbox Plus Game Pass.
$839.76.
Todd's in the chat and he says it's like Rent a Center.
Yeah, I mean,
Pretty much.
there's no upfront cost, the 0% APR, but
Wait, so are you renting it for how long?
24 months.
You're leasing it. Yes.
Wait, it has to be for 24 months? You can't do like
No, it's
3?
because you're leasing it with the Xbox or with the Game Pass in the Xbox.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, there's a giant FAQ that says,
like, I just want it for a month so I could play this one game and then give it back.
yeah, it says no, the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate membership is included. You cannot cancel your membership and reduce your monthly payment. So get fucked.
That's bad.
That's what I'm guessing. I don't know. I feel like the availability, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like the availability of the Xbox has been higher than PlayStation 5
Would
in
it be
recent months.
more cost effective to just build a computer?
Yes.
It would actually be more cost effective just to get their streaming stick at some point when it
Oh,
comes
yeah.
out. I mean, they've
Yeah, but-
already said it's coming.
It's cost effective if you have internet that can stream it.
I can confidently say that it's been fine on mine. Mine's 400 down.
I can confidently say that it's been fine on. It could be fine on mine, and I have gigabit. But let's say I'm back at my apartment
Okay.
where I had dog shit internet.
Well, I mean,
Streaming a game was not fun then.
but that's dog shit for everything you did. And
Oh,
you chose to live there. And you kept choosing to live there until you live where you're at now.
Like, leases are a son of a bitch, all right? What do you want?
No, they're
Yeah,
not.
this guy's like just coming up. Oh, well, I don't like the way the grass looks here. Let me just move into a new fucking house.
No. How long did you? No. How long did you
You're
stay at that
saying if
apartment?
there's something you don't
How
like,
long-
it's just easily able
How
to,
long
to leave and
did you
move.
stay at that apartment?
2 years.
Okay. At the end of the first year, did you just renew?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You could have left at the end of the first year, so shut the fuck up.
No, I won't shut the fuck up. Because the internet was slower but stable, but it wasn't awful. Like, just because I can't stream games doesn't mean that it was the worst internet available.
Nick, every
Like, I
single
could have
time I
like
talk to
worse
you about
internet.
your internet, every
Huh?
single time you talked about your internet, you said it was the most awful thing you've ever seen.
The most awful internet that I've ever had.
Yep.
And Todd,
Didn't
it's
say
not.
it was the
It's
worst
not.
that ever existed.
And Todd, it's not free. So sorry, it's not invalid.
Oh, you can give me a free house? Does it have gigabit internet?
It will in 2 months
Why doesn't it have it now?
because because fucking Comcast sucks. What do you want me to tell you?
Wait, you saying that there's reasons that somebody could have like worse internet than gigabit?
I think it's fair because like I remember being in that area, right? And I don't think they offered gigabit internet in that area. I think
No, it
was
wasn't
still...
just that. He literally just had a like poor connection. Like AT&T was just not wired correctly, if I remember.
Yeah, at that apartment, it only had AT&T as an option, and they only had like 300 DSL internet. They didn't offer anything faster, and I didn't learn about that until after I had after I already signed the lease and I had the apartment for a month because I didn't move in immediately.
But wait, was it just not that awful the first year you were there to the point where like, you know what, I should probably move
Yeah,
out?
it wasn't unusable because I was living by myself. I was the only one using my own internet. And if I'm like on my computer, I'm not also like running 4K Netflix on the TV and also playing a game in another room. I'm like everything is localized to me. So it had enough that I could use it personally myself for what I needed it for.
Okay, so did you like watch Netflix at all while you were there?
I did.
Was it in 1080p
No, I can get up 4K.
at the apartment?
Yeah.
I don't see a problem then. You would have been able to stream Game Pass just fine. 1080p connection. I could do it on my cell phone.
You're incorrect.
I'm incorrect.
Which
You're
is the best
incorrect.
kind of correct.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Oh boy.
Because if you're playing a game, it's not just that you can see what's on the screen. How, like, the lag.
Yes.
Then there's also the dips in quality.
Yes.
Like, if I'm watching Netflix, you know what that shit does? Pre-buffer. You know what doesn't pre-buffer? Is gaming inputs and a game that has to stream directly to you.
I mean,
It's
I
the
don't
same
know.
problem with
I don't know what to tell you considering it works
Twitch.
just fine on my phone, like out in the wilds. And Verizon ain't that great anymore. Like I was able to play Forza Horizon 5 sitting on a park bench in the middle of nowhere.
And it was playing in 4K?
Why would it need to play in 4K on my phone?
Because the argument that you're having is why don't people just get a stream stick for their TVs playing on their fucking couch?
And not everybody has a 4K TV. What's your point?
Okay, so you were playing in 1080p.
Yeah, I was playing in 1080p.
You lying son of a bitch. Your phone doesn't even get up to that.
On my phone? Yes, it can. Why wouldn't it not be able to?
Because your phone doesn't.
My phone...
What's your phone?
It's
What phone? What's your phone model?
iPhone 11 Pro Max? Not Pro Max.
I think that's actually higher than 1080p.
11 Pro... Yeah, just the 11 Pro. The big one.
Yeah, but it's not streaming to 1080p on your phone.
I mean, do we need to have like a fucking like Linus Tech Tips like fucking test here just to verify? I don't.
Actually, yeah. Go ahead, do it.
Not
Like
I'll
this
wait.
conversation's making me thirsty. I need to grab my LTT water bottle.
Let's see here. Hold on. I will
And
get
what
you
were
that
you
answer.
playing?
That
Was
Forza.
it like a shooter where you have to actually have precise aiming?
No, I told you I was playing Forza.
Nick, it's 2688 by 1242, so it's above 1080p.
The screen
Yes.
on his cell phone.
Yes.
But
in
is
his
that what it
hands.
was streaming at?
It will
Okay,
stream at
alright.
1080p.
Video mirroring and video out support up to 1080p through Lightning digital AV adapter and Lightning to VGA adapter.
Well, that's not what we're talking about, though.
Yeah, that's I don't.
I don't know.
Yeah, thank you.
We're talking about just literally streaming it on the phone, not putting it onto a TV. That would be a different conversation entirely.
I mean, that's the main crux of the conversation. But you're saying that just because you can do it on your phone, it can be done on the TV in comparable quality.
Todd says, "OMG, I'm almost home. I hope this lasts forever."
I mean, I'm not suggesting it's perfect, but to go and build a comparable PC, I don't know. I mean, because you could build a comparable PC to the Xbox Series X for this cheaper.
Yeah, I just did to my brother, and
Cheap.
it costs $600.
What was the
What was
parts?
It was a 3070 card. No, it was a 3060 Ti.
Nice.
3060 Ti.
Hold on. I need to ask you this one question. This one question.
Okay, go ahead.
Were these parts that you had around? Or were these parts there was completely from scratch, you bought this off of a website, you had it delivered, or you bought it from a store and you built it?
Most of the parts I had to buy from a store.
Most of the parts. Okay.
Can you say what part it is that you had to buy? Because I know it's not the graphics card.
Okay.
Yeah, the graphics card I had to buy. The motherboard, that I already had. So
okay.
let's take $100. Let's add $100
say
to that.
150.
So
Okay.
150?
What brand of card?
User in your channel is recording.
MSI?
MSI. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll just say MSI 3060 Ti.
Mm-hmm.
Like $700, $600 card, isn't it?
Oh, hold on. What did I fucking buy?
I was about to say, dude, because like the Ti is $679.
Give me a
FE?
second. No, because it was less than $500.
I thought the Ti was 500.
Are you thinking about? Well, I'm just on BestBuy.com right now.
Oh, I didn't get it from Best Buy.
Where did you get it from?
Micro Center.
Okay, let's go to Micro Center then.
I'm about to tell you
Todd's
exactly.
here.
I'm signing into Micro Center.
Yeah, I was waiting for Todd to show up.
Already.
I was waiting for Todd to show up because he's been talking smack in the chat the entire time.
Talking smack.
You just sound
No,
sleepy.
I appreciate his musings.
So Jeff, I forget, when were you doing the streaming on your phone? Like, was it recent,
Or
or was it like last year?
No, it was.
It was a 3050.
Okay.
3050.
That's an Xbox Series X quality card.
I say it was probably like 4 months ago. I just tried it again today though, as well.
Oh, okay.
In 1080? Yeah.
Also, keep in mind they didn't actually stream in 1080 until last year.
Yeah.
So
which
whenever
would've
it
been-
originally came out, it maxed out at 720.
which is fine. I mean, I didn't.
No, I agree, but we're talking about. So I was talking in the chat. I played Destiny 2 on Stadia on my old fiber.
Oh yeah,
and
that
it
was horrible.
Still wasn't good enough.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I hope that people are smart enough to understand what that streaming stick is gonna be capable of.
And
I
like,
mean, I don't think it's gonna be like fantastic.
Well, I don't either. But the problem is, devices like that have the brand Xbox on it, and they're cheap, so they're gonna fly off the shelves. At,
Well,
like,
which
Best
is
Buy or
most
something
which is
like that.
most likely why they had to cancel the first iteration of whatever they were building because it wasn't
Right.
good enough.
were you hardlined when you were streaming on Stadia, or were you?
Yes,
Okay.
everything in my house is always hardlined.
Okay.
I
The
almost
only-
never use Wi-Fi.
The only reason why I think the tech might possibly be better at some point is because if they can get, because remember Mixer was one of the only platforms that if you streamed to, it was nearly 1-to-1. Whatever
Right,
you were streaming,
because
there was no there.
hey Jim, can you tell me about Azure?
What the
Can you
cloud?
like harness the power of Azure to tell us about Azure and how that makes streaming better?
Dude, I have no.
Did you delete that from your brain?
He was too busy
No, but-
shilling Teams to people.
Could you
I
stream
don't
it in
care.
Teams?
Oh,
The art
okay.
past Jell's bedtime apparently because happy hour like.
No, I'm not tired, but just
I know where he's at.
I hope that it gets better, but like certain games are okay on streaming. Like I would say Forza is an okay option, but like shooters are definitely not.
Well, no, I don't think. I'm not saying shooters are at all. I don't think we're ever going to get quite there. But
We can play Minecraft. We can play Minecraft Dungeons on it.
I'm still like, if you were like, let me put it this way: if I had an Xbox controller at work, and if I wanted to play something, perfectly fine for that. And I think eventually it's going to get to a point where, because the whole goal is that because everything is cloud based, it could technically be super high quality, and I don't see why they couldn't produce a version for 4K that would be the picture quality be good enough, as long as your internet is good for that.
I just don't
but
think
the
that.
whole thing is not everyone's internet is good enough for that, and just saying move or get better internet
It's not
doesn't
the
really
solution.
fix the issue.
Yeah. And I mean,
For
logically-
you though, and maybe I'm just smoking crack here. I consistently remember you even in that first year, and I even didn't know you that well. You were bitching about your internet going out all the time, about how awful it was.
I never bitched about my internet going out.
You
I
were
bitched about how slow it was.
Yeah, but if it's that slow, I
Like,
mean, realistically,
I
what
kept
speeds?
saying,
Fucking
my internet
move,
is slow
Normie.
but stable.
But what speeds
But
were you getting?
if it's slow and steady like a train, come on, trains
It
are
was
great.
like 300 megabits max.
That's not that slow, dude.
I heard if you play Civilization, it's fine because it takes a week for people to do a move. But again, we all know we're not idiots. Download speed means absolutely fucking nothing past about 30 megabits per second,
Right.
unless you're streaming 4K. But what is the crux of every non-fiber provider? Upload.
Correct.
So that kind of eliminates the whole move thing whenever majority of the country is carpeted in coaxial cable and DSL.
Yeah, but the area, I mean, that area should have had fiber.
No,
Like, that's
What
No,
house are we
he's
talking
actually
about?
right, because that was
It was an energy corridor.
that was an energy corridor area.
energy corridor
was-
should
So-
have fiber.
They didn't
Yeah,
dig
because
up. They didn't dig
they
up the
don't.
shit.
Businesses
As I
around.
live in that area, we don't have fiber yet.
Don't dox yourself.
I know.
I used to work in that area all the time. They were not digging up those old neighborhoods. The old people in those neighborhoods did not care.
I wasn't in the neighborhoods though. I was in the apartment buildings that were
okay. I thought
close
this
to
was the
other oil and gas places.
Sorry,
like,
I thought this was the
yeesh.
house that I visited you at your old place. Not
No,
the place
that
before
was
this.
down south, and that was even older house
Right.
that definitely didn't have no fucking fiber.
Right. Like I lucked out because I lived in Richmond, which is fairly new.
But
well, that's what I'm
that house, the internet was
shocked.
better than the apartment.
I mean, we've had.
What did you say, Jeff?
That's what I'm shocked about because or maybe I'm not that shocked about it because we have 2 apartment complexes that just opened up behind us. One of which fucking stole our neighborhood name, and people in our neighborhood are just
I
livid.
bet your
about
next door is full
Are
of
y'all
people
throwing
jerking
like
off.
Molotovs over there? Be like, not in my backyard.
Well, it's like, so I don't understand like the overall outrage. Like, oh no, they're gonna be associated with this. I was like, the apartments don't look that bad. Like, what's?
Oh my god! Wow, the
In general, apartments just are a blight on people that can afford homes and fuck them
Yeah.
people.
right.
My
I mean,
parents
the
for once.
only thing that I will say is that these are third floor apartments, right? That does suck for the people that live right next to it because
My skyline view.
no, Todd. The fact that you cannot fucking do anything in your backyard now without someone looking down into your backyard, like you have zero privacy now.
Right, but if you have a neighbor with a 2-story
That-
house, it's the same effect.
Or you have 3 stories of, let's say, 1 in front and 2 on the sides, and 3 stories up of all of them making noise
Yeah.
versus just 1 house in front of you and 2 on the side.
Right. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's not like I get their concern. Thankfully, I live in like the middle of the subdivision on a corner lot, so it's like it's not that big of a deal for me.
House
they-
privilege.
but- As Jeff, you said, if anybody has a problem, they can just pick up and move. It's
Yeah,
just
Jeff.
fucking easy.
I mean, if it truly bothers you that much, then sure. I mean, let me ask you this, Nick. What is your primary source of entertainment when you come home?
My
Masturbation.
Your computer, which is connected to.
well, that's what
User
facilitates the
disconnected from your
masturbation.
channel.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off, Jeff. Please continue.
No, I was saying. I guess we lost Justin.
He messaged us like he's going to bed because he's a tired boy.
Okay.
Oh, Justin can't hang.
We're gonna get that. I mean, well, Jeff, last year, whenever I had the worst internet on the planet and I couldn't really stream, I did not have the option to just pack up and move.
All right.
Right.
I actually have something for Jeff. Jeff, how often do you complain about the heat?
Pack up and move, Jeff.
I would
Pack
love
up and
to.
move.
I would love to.
Wait, you can
All
just
right.
do that though.
Yeah, you can do that.
No, that's
Just-
No, you just
no,
do it.
no, 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 no.
You can just move.
That argument doesn't hold water, considering that it's
You
based
make
on
the
that job.
argument!
No. If the internet is a different situation, I'm sorry.
Is it? I consider both of them utilities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course it's a utility, but what I'm saying is if it was truly that detrimental to his quality of life in a place
Then
that
what?
he stayed at,
if it's
all of the
not
time.
detrimental to your quality of life, you wouldn't complain about it, right?
100%, which is what you did all the time with that internet.
I don't
Which-
remember you
which-
complaining about internet.
Oh, all the time he complained about it. 100%.
I never
I would hear
complained.
him talk about it.
No,
But
it
not
was
The
like
only times I
complain
would
about it.
complain is when I'm trying to do something that, like, I'm trying to play with you guys or I'm trying to do a stream and my internet wouldn't do a thing.
It
Or
was
I'm
it was an issue of like you and Ed a lot. Whenever we were playing something, for some reason there was some issue.
It was always
Yeah,
an
it was
edge.
Which-
always like,
which,
no matter where
forgive
I
me
moved,
for
and
saying-
Ed would always have some problem. But then there's also, oh, I want to play this. I can play it with you. It just takes a long time for me to download and
Oh, that
install.
too, yeah.
It'll take a couple days to install.
Exactly. So, and
which
so
I
couldn't just
don't
download it
understand
and do
though,
it right
because
there.
that's the same speed of internet I'm on right now, and it's not been a problem.
Right, but all right, Jeff. Let's not play like we're silly here. You know how coaxial networking works.
Yeah, and he was getting
Yeah.
400 down.
Oh, wrong.
What were you getting?
I said I was on 300 internet, like 300
Max.
max, but if I had to rank, it's like 100 down.
Oh, okay.
And we-
Hold the fuck up then. You were paying for 300, and you were getting how much?
Like 100.
Which is normal for coax back in the day.
And I'm not on coax. I'm on DSL.
Which is great for DSL.
Oh my goodness.
That's why I kept saying I was on DSL.
Dick sucking lips.
I was just doing.
Oh my god.
Man, I wish I was on some dick sucking lip, man.
Who
But
doesn't?
yeah,
We wouldn't have
so
this
I would
argument
pay
right now.
for whatever the highest thing is to get the most out of it.
I'm sorry.
And that's when I
literally
added the extra $10 a month to say if I'm not going to have the fastest, I'm going to take goddamn all
and
of it.
maybe this is just me. Whenever we were looking
It's
for
just you.
apartments, that was literally the first question I would ask him is what internet service do you have here?
Right,
If
but
it's
And you
not-
still look for apartments and homes in the Texas heat that you hate so much?
Yes, but again, like I don't know why you're so fixed. Like, how far away is your job from that apartment? Like, why was that apartment so good?
Oh, so can your job not be done completely remote?
No, it can't.
Oh, really? So
No.
you gotta like pick up fucking shipping boxes and put them on your desk?
No, I am
goddamn
required to be in the office because no, seriously though, your job
fuck your job.
at that time.
Mhm.
How far away is it from your apartment? Like, I'm trying to figure out why was this apartment so good for you?
Because it was the closest that was a decent price that also incorporated a garage.
Gay
Yeah,
Raj.
he needs a garage.
Okay, so you just have different priorities than I did. Because literally, whenever I looked for an apartment, first question I would ask, internet. If it didn't have Comcast, I was out.
First question you didn't ask was, does it have AC?
No, that's the thing. It's that's all kind of baked into it, right? But like, if I
Literally baked.
looked at an apartment and I knew that they had Comcast, I said, okay, cool, this is a contender. Then everything else kind of followed suit.
Uh-huh.
I'm serious. If you don't believe me, talk to my wife. She will tell you the same thing. That's literally
wanna
the first
talk to your
question I
wife.
asked.
I don't know. I've lived in some shitty places because it was either more convenient for my work or something, and internet was unfortunately not the wealth of speed that I wanted, and I couldn't just move.
And understand that, like, I get it, but that literally, if I had to live with that for an entire year, I would have moved after the first year. Like, I would have made it a priority.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So my question-
you don't-
actually,
not
my
everybody
question-
has that privilege, though, Jeff.
How is it? I don't understand.
Jeff, do you know that the amount it takes to move
Yes.
is quite a bit?
Yeah.
You should know. You helped me move 4 times in the same area because I valued internet.
Oh,
You're
you
making the
valued
point.
the internet.
You're
You
making the point.
Valued the internet so much
Right.
that you had to keep moving.
No.
In
I
the
moved
same
there
complex.
originally-
Had
I
to keep
moved there
moving?
originally because I had no other options. My roommates wanted to move.
No,
and
Todd.
then once
Todd, I understand that, but then you kept downsizing in the same complex.
downsizing. I wonder why. Because I couldn't afford the bigger one, and I couldn't afford to move. I couldn't afford to deposit in a new place. I had to stay there.
Yeah, and then also
Make the fucking point.
I was
for me.
living by myself, and that's like entire apartment and a half pretty much because of also the garage of stuff I have to move to find another place that's in my price range that has everything that's not farther away. That's actually a tall order.
But did you look? Like, did you
Did I
consider
look?
it,
Yeah.
or did you say I'm done?
No, of course I considered it.
I mean,
Like,
that's the
Andrew,
thing.
how many times what did I say in like the first year? Oh my god, okay, after this, I'm fucking moving again.
So like I know from the experience that we had. I mean, we've only had like 3 places when we lived.
Yeah.
And every time it was always a thing of, good God, I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, fucking moving sucks ass, and it was
It
after
sure does. I moved out there on
after
my
the
first
second
year.
time I started hiring moving people because I didn't want to move. I didn't want to like ask a bunch of friends, "Oh, can you help me move this time?" or like fucking bother people with that because of me wanting to move again. So I was like, okay, let me just hire moving people. So now I have the expense of hiring moving people.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's expensive. But, I mean,
Yeah, it's expensive,
it sure is.
but I could just do it.
That's what I did. I mean, I don't know
Jeff,
know what to say.
Is like fucking money like filling out your fucking ears
Yeah,
that
money-
you can't
money
back
understand
Jeff
what
over here.
the problem
No.
that we're saying is?
No, back then I was not making that much money at all. I was working for HP. I made maybe $10 an hour at best.
All right,
Um,
Jeff, you sound like such a fucking boomer right now. Okay, here.
Okay.
No, before you say anything, here's what you sound like. Why don't you just pull yourself up by the bootstraps? I made a goddamn nickel fighting in the fucking war and then coming back and
that's
like polishing
fine
elephant
if
ass.
that's what I sound like, but I literally,
But now,
after the first year, I
I'm
moved
I'm a fucking
because I wanted
half-billionaire,
to.
But you need to have the gumption to do what I'm proposing that I would have maybe done.
I took my time in the slums with bad internet, and I'll be damned if anybody else does it as well. Fuck.
I mean,
Even if they
clearly,
don't have the means, I swear to God, I'll yell at them to make sure that they do it.
clearly my priorities are different than all of yours. I apologize.
Are you gonna be upset whenever they raise like the basic internet to a gigabit for everybody? Are you gonna be like,
I
back
worked
in my
hard
day,
for that.
I worked so hard to have 100 megabits.
No. Why?
It was a joke about student loans.
I mean, okay.
God, I hate this shit with you sometimes. Your fucking privilege kicks in, and then you get so adamant. This is the same thing whenever you do nope in Slack, and it just triggers me so hard. Holy shit. It's not just a thing about moving. Whenever you don't have one thing you like, go bad.
I mean,
Like my car's out of
listen.
gas. Instead of fucking, I'm gonna go buy a new car.
I live an hour
I'm gonna go
away
look
from
for
my
a car that
fucking
doesn't
job.
ever run
Can
out
I
of gas.
just fucking move? No, I can't afford to move.
And I fucking get that. I'm just saying, though.
It's the same idea.
Oh
No, you know
my
what?
God.
You couldn't afford to get a different job.
Fuck! I should just get another job. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean,
I should just
there's only
change
one
my life
fucking
and
job
my
that
career.
you do, I guess.
Oh, why didn't I think of this? Oh, I'm so glad that my wise elder Jeff helped me out and told me what I needed to do in my life. I love podcasts, you guys.
I
Great
mean,
gaming podcast. I love it.
It's better than golf.
Oh, much better.
I don't know. I'm done. I mean, clearly nothing I'm saying is gonna convince you otherwise. So I'm done. That's it. I'm done.
You gonna convince me on what I fucking needed to
No,
do? 2
I
years
am
ago?
not arguing with you anymore because you just keep going and going and going. It's just
Jeff,
Jesus.
Is this your first time arguing with Nick?
No, it's like my second time, and I fucking wanted to kill myself after the first time because it just kept going into goddamn hole.
Oh.
I mean,
That's arguing with Nick.
Jesus.
Oops, I accidentally bought
So,
something with
in
one
conclusion,
click. No.
Xbox cloud gaming sucks.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Actually,
But
I
if you
need
have a
you. I
problem
want
with
you to send me
Xbox
your
Cloud
parts
Gaming.
list. Send me your parts
Amazon
list.
betrayed me.
Got a problem with cloud gaming.
Oh yeah, you still want to talk about that?
Well, I mean, considering
Something
an
else.
Xbox Series S is $499, and you're saying you built
Apparently not. Like we were looking at the leasing option.
No, I'm talking
ain't
a base
available.
cost for an Xbox
Oh,
Series S.
can you buy one right now?
Oh, for fuck's sake! I mean, can you buy the same exact graphics card that you just bought right now?
Yes.
Because I couldn't find it
Yes.
on the site.
Yeah, it's on Micro Center.
What was it?
What was
Oh
it?
no, it's
3050?
actually sold out right now.
Oh, what? It's sold
Did you say-
out?
Did you say
What?
3050 Ti?
3050
No,
Ti.
just
Yeah.
a 3050.
God damn.
There's one in stock right now.
Oh,
There's 7.
ooh.
25 plus.
Okay,
7,
the
5.
fact that it's 350 though makes me wonder
329.
what the fuck is in the rest of the computer.
You don't need much.
I mean, considering he
You
said
ready
that the
for it?
motherboard was on, already had the motherboard, so that's extra.
I already had the motherboard, and
Uh-huh.
that's 150. Oh shit, CPU. Thank you.
Mhm.
I bought a book accidentally, and now I don't know how to download it. Kindle, no.
Okay. So, got a 3050, CPU cooler,
Those are cheap.
16 gigs of RAM,
Uh huh.
and a terabyte hard drive.
Super cheap.
Yeah. So, but those 4 things ran for about 350, or I'm sorry, 550.
I download. Yeah. I can.
Then, I didn't have the motherboard, so we're adding what 150.
Yes.
Okay. The CPU, which can easily be gotten for about $100.
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
The case, which I got from Justin, so that's an extra $50.
Ew. He probably played Yu-Gi-Oh in that.
Let's see, I
Probably.
had
He was played it before he
240,
gave it to him.
so that was for the power supply.
It's like getting a hard drive from Nick and knowing what was on it before.
You can goddamn be sure whatever I give you that was on it.
Was it Kanajo X Kanajo X Kanajo?
No, because I never downloaded it. I've only
I
streamed it.
didn't think I did either, but then I found it yesterday in my Google
Oh, sure.
Drive.
And then the last thing is a 250 solid state, which you can get for about what $30.
Hey Andrew, you can get a 250 solid
Oh, it was a solid state, like a 2.5, not a blade.
state. Sorry, I could. Oh, SATA, just a SATA connection. Got
Yeah,
it.
SATA solid state.
Hey Andrew, you can buy.
I don't know if I have my motherboard. Some of the SATA inputs aren't reading, so
Well, are you sure they're not disabled because of your M.2 drive?
I don't believe so, because I think it's only one of the M.2 drives that I have is what will disable the other ones. I'm not using that one.
So all that in total equals up to about 740.
That's not bad, man.
No, it's not.
I want a new computer. Is it time for a new computer?
No, it's not.
It is.
And
I got-
then that's not even
I
like
got-
the lowest. Like that was something that I wanted him to like go for years. That's not even like the lowest all this stuff can be, because you can get a motherboard for half of a 150, but the one that I had was pretty beefy.
I have one RAM stick the wrong color. Is that
Um,
justification to?
Also,
buy a new
just to throw a wrench in all this, I can buy the Xbox Series X from Microsoft.com right now
computer? Who?
for $4.99.
Who buys stuff from Microsoft?
We're talking PCs. We're talking PCs.
No, the
buys-
whole thing started with:
They have a lot of computers on sale right now.
Do we need to
actually.
buy a Do we need to build a PC or buy an Xbox Series X?
Hey Jim, do you want to buy a PC or do you want to buy Xbox Series X?
A PC.
Okay.
I mean, you can
Oh,
obviously
oh,
do
okay.
more on a PC. I'm not suggesting it's a better value.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not.
I'm definitely suggesting it's a better value.
Are we doing that this year, Jim?
If what they're telling me is remotely true, yes, we can.
We can make millions.
Or billions.
Man, I have been. Sorry, the tangent. I've been wanting a new computer so bad. I just
For
my
what?
current tower is too large.
So just take the parts out and put it in a smaller tile.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Why?
Just tell your computer parts to move.
Because
It's so
Get into a smaller home.
I mean, yeah. You know what? Fuck it. Yes, that is what I'm saying.
What
fucking cheaper.
What I really want is to turn this into the ingest machine for Strooms eventually.
God.
Because I have the Elgato card. I
No,
might as well do something with it.
Todd.
What?
Remember
I'm
that?
gonna get
Remember
a small form factor PC with a
No.
Noctua cooler because I'm
No.
cool like that.
Remember the once upon a time where you had two computers and one was built for streaming and one was built for the blah blah, and then you just kept selling it, like because you didn't use it at all.
What do you mean? I gave it to Jim. It's literally the computer he uses.
Exactly.
I'm using it
I
right now.
did that because I thought my friend would get more value out of it than having a streaming.
I use
But-
it every day.
There is another computer that you also did the same thing. You sold it, did you not?
That doesn't sound like something I would do.
Oh.
I sold it to another friend
Okay.
because he wanted a computer.
And my point is you didn't see the need
Your point
enough.
should be Todd's a great fucking friend that enables his friends to play video games with him.
I mean, that goes without saying. But again, your goal here is you're saying I want to build another PC.
Right. I want to build one. Those were both Dell units.
Okay,
Well,
but you're just gonna
I
sell.
love me some Dell XPSs. Do not get me wrong.
you should talk to about building like a stupid amount of PCs and then just having them.
Linus.
Ed.
Oh, Ed. Oh yeah, Ed also has Then he bought a laptop recently, didn't he?
He did.
He showed us that whenever we were at y'all's house.
This
like, what the
motherfucker
fuck?
currently has like 4 PCs that
I was
he's
thinking of that. Yeah.
and using all of them.
Maybe that's why he had really shitty
Using
internet back in the
all
day.
of
They were
them.
all bandwidth hogging.
Dare I ask what he uses them for?
Porn.
So one is whenever we play online.
Do
one
you
is
not
in
play Sims
bedroom.
4 in your bathroom while taking a shit?
Elizabeth on the desktop.
Not unless it's on Xbox Game Pass.
Shut up.
Ugh.
I want this Chromax Black. Do they have the LTT Store Edition still on Noctua's site? Nope, they don't.
I do want that fractal design case they showed the other day.
I want the GPUs from Noctua. The Asus Noctua ones.
no.
Oh
I
my
want a
god.
big titty goth GF.
Oh yeah.
The one on OnlyFans? Lee?
All of them.
Oh, okay. Just
But
making
she had to be at least 5'11". Then I'll
No,
take her
she's
serious.
very short. Jim, do you got any recommendations?
Jim is dead.
No, he's not.
No, I'm here.
I know he's here.
None of the ones I like you guys would like, and you all make fun of me, and I'm done for that with that for today.
Destiny FOMO isn't bad.
That's
She-
not what I'm thinking.
She's fun.
Oh, we're talking streamers?
No, we were talking about OnlyFans girls.
Oh, okay.
But like I was saying, tall.
Noelle Foley.
Wait, what?
Man, I want this 3080 Noctua edition so bad. Well, it's so ugly though. So, game streaming sucks, right?
Yeah, pretty much. We
Okay.
we came to a consensus.
I don't understand how.
Oh, I just
Jim-
realized.
Jim, you would know. There are some Switch games that were streaming, right?
That were what?
That were like streaming versions of the game, right?
Yeah, Kingdom
Mhm.
Hearts
There-
is streaming.
Yeah, I can't think of. I know Control is like that, right?
Was Resident Evil something one of
I
them?
don't remember.
I think
I've
Doom
watched
was.
very little of Summer Games Fest.
How does that? No, I mean there are some games from a while ago that were streaming on the Switch.
Yeah, Control
Yeah.
was the Assassin's Creed. I feel like was one of them.
Control, which blows my mind because like natively on PC is one of the most pretty games out there. Which
If
also
you have a PC that can survive that
It
the
crashed.
Control Hall of Death.
it used to crash my old card. My what did I have? 2080 Super, I think. I'd run the DirectX 12 version and it just instantly crashed. was like, oh, well, I guess I should upgrade. And I saw my old Geek Squad protection was running out. So let me go ahead and use that real quick. But now I'm
Hitman
stuck.
3, Plague Tale, Guardians of the Galaxy, Resident Evil 7,
I knew a Resident Evil
Assassin's
was
Creed
involved.
Odyssey, Fantasy Star.
There's a Fantasy Star game out?
Fantasy
Oh, is
Star
that-
Online 2.
Was it the one that we played?
On Switch?
Yep, but it's Japan only.
Yeah,
I
a
was
lot
about
of
to
these
say
are
that
Japan
doesn't sound
only.
right.
Jim was
Is
like, "What?"
Is that the one
Nah,
that we
I mean, I
played?
wouldn't be playing it, but
That's the same one that we played on PC.
Woo! That game was. I
Uh,
did not like that game at all.
I wanted to close on one thing.
Okay.
Obi-Wan.
He's a priest, and there are 4 Illuminati brands spread across the Vatican.
So
I
I can.
heard that Obi-Wan was basically like Jedi Forrest Gump, where he apparently still met up with goddamn near everybody in Star Wars canon before anybody learned.
that's
So,
hilarious.
so Jeff, let me ask you this: there's been a lot of controversy about
Oh,
Obi-Wan. like,
controversy? No,
I'm not going to call it controversy. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry. A lot of people were bitching about it.
Pretty
yeah,
bitchin'.
I mean,
I heard something like they nerfed Jedi's somehow. I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
okay. So
I wouldn't agree
It's
to that.
Star Wars. People are gonna fucking complain. The reason why I don't care, and I'm not watching it.
first 2 episodes were okay. I mean, they weren't like
So there are 5 episodes now.
yeah.
For a total of 6.
All
Total
right.
of 6. Yeah.
Oh, there's a total of 6?
There will
Yep.
be a total of 6. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So that's what, about around 5.5 hours of screen time?
I
So
don't think it's a
every one of
full
these
hour.
episodes is about 30 minutes.
No, they range. Part 1's 56, part 2's 42, part 3's 48, part 4 is only 39, and part 5 is 43.
So
Okay.
I'm just gonna throw this out here. Kathleen Kennedy, the lady who runs Lucasfilm, paused
Lucas
production
farts.
on this show because the scripts were so bad.
Who wrote the scripts? Like, is there a
Um,
known writer on them?
Gary Whitta did one of them, who did Rogue One.
Whoops.
I like Rogue One.
For one, get it for one. I like Gary Whitta, like as a human. I really like him on Kind of Funny. But Rogue One is one of the weaker Star Wars. Book of Eli was not very good. All right, Jeff, did you because I said Rogue One's not one of the better ones?
I think Rogue One is one of the best.
Is it because
Wow.
of the last
My
20, is it
second
because
favorite
of the
Star Wars
last
movie.
20 minutes?
No, I legit think it's just one of the best.
Take out the
movies.
last 20 minutes, where does it rank?
Still good.
Still
It's,
good.
it's my second favorite Star Wars movie.
I like Rogue One, like everything except the main character.
You don't like Jen Erso?
Because she's a woman.
No,
Audience
because
was
she's
built
just
on hope.
bland. Like
I-
everything, she seemed annoyed at everything, but not in a good way, like a interesting way. She just seemed like she was annoyed she even had to be on set.
So, can I ask a dumb question? Because I only saw the movie once. The
Okay.
movie's about getting the Death Star plans, right?
Correct.
But it's also not the same story you hear about where all the Bothan spies die. It's like a separate story, correct? Or did it
so
retcon that out?
I don't have a great answer for that. And I'll be honest with
Okay.
you. I've thought about it. I know what you're talking about. It's nothing that's like bothered me enough to be like, oh my goodness, many Bothans died for this.
My next question. Other than getting the Death Star plans to Leia, was there any progression of any major story that carried on?
Everyone blew up, so no.
Yeah, it was like everyone died.
Forgive me. So Gary Whitta did not participate in Obi-Wan. I had to
Oh, okay.
make sure that Stuart Beatty did, though, who's been in a bunch
I don't
of-
know who that is.
Gary
well,
Gary
he's
Whitta's doing a lot of
written-
DC stuff right now. I know
He's
that.
written such wonderful gems such as G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh.
He did write the first Pirates of the Caribbean, so
The first one?
the very first one, yeah.
All right. All right.
So,
Amber Heard can't touch that one.
or, you know, but then proceeded to write I, Frankenstein, which I think is
Is that
the
the Daniel Radcliffe joint?
new. That's the.
Is that the one with the Frankenstein who called himself Adam?
Aaron Eckhart.
Yes, it is Adam. That is correct.
I've never heard of this. There's a second one?
There's an I, Frankenstein 2?
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
like-
No. It was just a Google. It was just a Google result. I apologize. Who was in this movie? Aaron Eckhart, Bill
so-
Knightley.
So
Bill Nye?
Oh, Nighy. I don't know how to say his
it
name.
was interesting, Tyler, just because that was the first film that I felt like recaptured what the original trilogy was. They did a really good job of, like, visually speaking, just for instance, it looked closer to the original trilogy than anything before it had.
So it looked dirty.
Yeah, kind of.
And practical.
Practical, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just in the overall story, it's kind of fascinating. It's like, you know, you're seeing exactly how the Death Star came to be, like the original creation of it. Like that
Right.
alone is a fascinating story to me in general. And then you kind of add like the heist aspect of grabbing the Death Star plans. That's pretty.
Oh, I forgot it's kind of a heist movie.
Yeah, it kind of is. And I mean, like, yeah, I could see Nick's point. She is kind of a bland character, but K2SO. Awesome.
I was about to say the robot was like the star.
Not so much about what's his face. I just completely Cassian.
The one that's getting his own story, his own
Cassian
show.
Andor, I think. Andor, right?
Andor, yeah.
That's a whole nother thing that I don't really want to get into right now. But I don't know. The first two episodes of this show were decent. I enjoyed watching them. Do we care about spoilers at all?
Can you keep them to a minimum?
Sure. There's
some things we can't talk about, yeah.
There's a character that's I would consider someone. Well, I mean, it's kind of like Obi-Wan. Like, he meets a bunch of characters that are from other.
Right, that's what Nick was
timelines.
saying. The Forrest Gump aspect.
Yeah. So the character in question that he meets kind of upsets a lot of the, I would say, timeline and or connections and or why did they go down this path is just so complicated and messy type thing.
Are they
And
like legitimizing a legend or something?
no.
Would I know the person that you're talking about?
100% you would, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It just muddies the waters. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Just muddies the
Okay.
waters.
Sorry, I'm
Because it's
watching
kind of one of
Mando.
those things is, you met this person before, how come you never mentioned that?
Oh.
Yeah, it
Kind of an
breaks
issue.
continuity. Is I would argue probably one of the larger problems in the Star Wars universe, and this just keeps like.
Well, that's what happens when you start with 4, 5, and 6.
Right, but if we're taking a step backwards for all intents and
Ugh.
purposes, 4, 5, and 6, 1, 2, and 3 work fairly well as a standalone arc. They are fairly well connected. Content complete.
Midichlorians.
Yeah, there's stuff. There's
Midichlorians.
obviously stuff in there that like we could do without.
Right.
But it's, I would say, as a whole, doesn't break canon or continuity that much, enough to the point where you're like, oh god, I can't continue on with this. Everything else that's kind of ancillary to that now, you've got Book of Boba Fett, you've got The Mandalorian.
I forgot about the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, it's a good thing you did. The reason
I
the reason
I also
why
never watched Mandalorian.
I'm just gonna throw this out here. As soon as the obviously Obi-Wan is on Tatooine, right? As soon as he's walking through the streets of
I mean,
Tatooine,
eventually, yeah.
I literally looked and I was like, that is the fucking Book of Boba Fett set. That's
Right.
literally what this is. And they just
Well, that makes sense.
I mean, it does and it doesn't. It's because the set that they used in the Book of Boba Fett was not
bad?
I mean, it wasn't like the same that they had in like Phantom Menace, for instance. Or, I mean, and that's fair, right?
Right.
But it also doesn't look like it did in the original Star Wars. Again, I understand that's fair, but it looks like it was specifically manufactured for just these shows. Like, there's nothing that like ties them together, if that makes sense. Like, if you're gonna go to the effort,
Disney money, just
but like if you're gonna
All
go
right.
to the effort of doing like this faithful thing, you could either, I don't know, maybe reference what they used before and try to emulate it, or you can just say,
User disconnected from your channel.
okay, bye.
It's Jim's bedtime this time.
My goodness. We're just losing people left and right.
They didn't have any knowledge on it at all.
It's fine.
I don't either, to be fair, on Obi-Wan at the very least.
It just basically we're like, oh, we're gonna build something that looks kind of generically like Star Wars and drop it in a desert town and call it a day. It was basically
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't the old sets like buried under the sand?
Oh, 100%. There's Luke's original house in Tunisia is still technically there. It's
Right.
just awful looking, right? So like
Gotcha.
I'm not expecting, but like I think they did a better job in Phantom Menace building something that looked closer to what they did in Star Wars.
For a second, I was
Obviously-
about to be like, well, don't you think the budgets are different? They're probably not.
Not at this scale,
most
considering
definitely
considering they're using the same sets for both shows. They probably just split the cost.
No, I meant between like Phantom Menace and Obi-Wan. I bet the budget for Obi-Wan's
they
probably
use a lot more practical effects for Obi-Wan than they did Phantom Menace.
Right, because that's what everybody was asking for.
right. Which,
Like,
again,
I just watched the end of Rogue One because we were talking about it. I wanted to watch the Darth Vader scene. I forgot about the Uncanny Valley Leia at the end of it. That looks horrible. I'm like, we could have done without that.
In Book of Boba Fett,
Let's see.
Thrawn's back in Boba Fett, right?
who?
Isn't one of the baddies like a dead guy in one of those or something? Like Thrawn or something?
No.
Somebody's
There's
dead. Hold on.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Thrawn, the general.
Yeah.
Thrawn hasn't been introduced in the live action.
Or was it
Back in cinema.
or was it Tarkin that's dead and they reanimated him?
That was Tarkin.
That was
Tarkin
Tarkin,
is that they reanimated, yeah.
but that was Rogue One.
That was Rogue One. Okay.
So Thrawn,
Wow, they do a bunch of that shit.
Thrawn is canon again.
Right.
He's been in, I think
He's blue. He's the blue guy, right?
Yeah, he's in Rebels and in Clone Wars. Maybe I can't remember.
Would you happen to be talking about Cad Bane, the cowboy guy?
No, I'm not talking about Cad Bane.
Talking about Tatad.
I
He might
don't know
be.
who that is. Hold on.
He's a blue guy.
But I don't think he's
no,
dead either.
Thrawn, isn't Thrawn?
Thrawn is blue, yes. And
Yeah,
I
that's what I
think they've at least alluded to the existence
Yeah,
of Thrawn.
yeah.
But-
I
Well, in
could've
the,
sworn
in the
there's a trailer
cartoons they
recently.
have. I mean, in the cartoons he actually has a presence.
I'm talking live action, bud.
Well,
No,
no,
I'm pretty sure live action they brought him back already in like a trailer or some shit.
No,
Oh, I thought they did.
no.
I don't know. I remember at some point they brought Darth Maul back, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Rebels brought Darth Maul back, correct?
Yeah, didn't he
No.
have like spider legs or something?
No.
No, he was before that even, like Clone Wars. Not Clone Wars. Oh fuck, maybe it was just Rebels.
was
I thought there
Rebels.
was another appearance before that.
He had spider legs, like Nick said. I'm pretty sure.
No.
I'm pretty sure Maul got brought back.
No, he was in Clone Wars.
Which Clone Wars?
The
Andy Tartakovsky.
no, not the Jenny
No,
Cur-
he wasn't in that one because that's the only one I know.
He was in Clone Wars before. That was like his first appearance.
God, let me buy that.
And then
Put that on sale on YouTube.
And
I'll buy it.
Rebels, because Rebels is technically closer to the original trilogy than Clone Wars was.
Right, because Rebels continued the canon.
Right. But like
The Clone
he
Wars
has
is kind of weird and meh.
but he has a fight with Obi-Wan, if I'm not mistaken, in Clone Wars.
Okay.
And he's also in Han Solo.
I never saw that. I forgot that movie existed, to be honest with you, sir.
A lot of people did. But kind of going back to this show, I'm struggling to justify why it exists.
Money.
I mean,
Because people
obviously,
just want to see one guy say hello there.
Hello there.
it's becoming hard for me to justify though, because I don't even know, is this technically a spoiler of who comes back to
Palpatine.
fight him at some point?
Darth Maul.
No.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
I mean, how much do you truly care, Todd?
I don't. But
Okay.
for our viewers' sake.
Why don't you put it in the Slack? Just put the name, and then
Yeah.
Todd can react to that.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see. By the way, Clone Wars 1. Oh, I knew that. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so
you
that
wanna know how I know that? Because Disney Plus spoils it by showing him on the thumbnails.
They do.
They do.
Dude,
So,
Disney, fucking
That's in the third episode.
right.
And to say it's like it's a dramatic letdown is
Do they
an
play Duel of the
understatement.
Fates at any point?
No, which is stupid because it's in the they did a remix version of it in the trailer for the
A
first.
remix of Duel of the Fates? How do you
Oh.
remix the best song of all time?
I mean, you tell me.
YouTube found a way multiple times.
That's true.
Yeah.
And Darude Sandstorm.
But it's one of those things where the third episode happened. It's just there's a lot of problems with it.
My understanding also is Hayden Christensen is Darth Vader,
Yes.
but he's never seen. He's just heard.
I
But
will not
is he
confirm
heard
nor
as-
deny.
Okay, you cannot confirm
Mufasa.
or deny. I was about to say James Earl Jones is the original Vader, correct?
Yes. So what has happened, because James Earl Jones's voice has diminished in power,
Okay.
they are using a digital version of him now.
Right, but his voice was never loud. Like minus the no, but that was Hayden Christensen, wasn't it?
When I say like powerful, it doesn't sound the same now.
Oh, he
as
doesn't
it did.
He
sound
just
like
sounds like
himself.
an old,
Yeah,
Got
it
it.
just
much older
sounds
version of
Okay.
himself.
correct. So
That sucks.
well, I mean,
But
it's
Happens
it's
to old
age.
people.
It's age.
Right,
know?
I agree. But to be fair, like, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan in the world. But, like, if James Earl Jones was not going to do it, Hayden Christensen is the right choice.
No.
For the voice.
I think so.
For the voice.
No.
No,
not for the voice.
No, not for the voice. Not for the voice. Somebody that can do a really good James Earl Jones impression should do the voice.
Oh, because James Earl Jones wasn't the guy in the suit.
Right, he never
Right.
was.
That was Prowse, right?
There's David Prowse for the first three movies.
Who thought he was also the voice, but he was not. Correct?
In the first movie, he thought he would be the voice, but realized he was not the voice after watching it the first time. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, I don't care. This is just more. I don't know. I think I'm just very lackadaisical about it. Like,
there's
I just like
things-
having more content.
Yes, but it's kind of like the whole quality versus quantity discussion. You could
Are any of the series downright bad?
Book of Boba Fett should not have existed.
Okay, well then it doesn't exist to me.
Well,
That's
it
how it should
kind
be.
of does though, because did you like?
Do you have
Mandalorian?
to watch it? No,
Yes.
I never watched it.
Yes.
Never watched Mandalorian.
If you care about the Mandalorian in the future, you will have to watch Book of Boba Fett at some point.
Does the
Because-
Mandalorian have any impact on movies 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9?
Not as of yet.
Then it
Do
doesn't
you
matter.
really care about the impacts of 7, 8, and 9?
Kind of. So here's the thing. Like we talked about earlier, a series starting at 4, 5, 6 is fucking stupid. No one should ever fucking do that again.
Well, it wasn't.
I know, but Lucas later on being like, haha, I'm gonna make 1, 2, and 3 makes no fucking sense. Because then he starts copying over himself and causing problems. But then you throw in shit like KOTOR and Rebels and Clone Wars Genndy Tartakovsky version, the books, all this shit where now you have to play what's real, what's not. If it doesn't impact movies 1 through 9, it shouldn't fucking matter.
Well, that's kind of the problem, though, is because they're trying to constantly connect. They're doing the connective tissue.
Right,
They're
but
always
Obi-Wan
trying
makes
to.
sense because if Obi-Wan dies in Obi-Wan, he does not exist in 4, 5, 6.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. Obi-Wan doesn't make sense. It didn't need to happen.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Like it does. Like
Obi-Wan
the show
Yeah.
as a whole.
He became one with the Force.
Because as far as we understood,
I think that's the thing.
as far as we understood, he went into hiding,
Hypersleep. Oh.
and he was supposed to just watch over Luke, and that's all we really needed to know. We didn't need to know anything else about his antics that he got up to. And to be honest with you, they had to introduce another character literally just so he had a reason to get up to antics and meet other Star Wars characters as a result of that. Like, that's literally the entire show is just how
He
many...
met his Jedi.
I mean, no.
Oh my god, does he have a love interest?
No.
Oh.
Does Obi-Wan fuck?
No.
Does Obi-Wan fuck? Halo
It's not-
fuck.
He did
Not
in
okay
Clone
in the Jedi
Wars.
Order.
He did in Clone Wars.
Master Chef Halo fucks now.
I mean, Anakin was in the Jedi Order.
Yeah.
And you saw what happened to him.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna let Obi-Wan fuck.
I don't think so.
I mean, they let the Master Chef do it. Equal level of lore.
Yeah, but you're talking about Disney versus Paramount Plus.
Episode 6 is going to have fucking Mace Windu come back with robot hands.
Oh,
Everybody
God.
gets their
You
hand
know,
cut off
listen,
eventually.
Listen, if that happens, I would not be shocked.
Samuel L. Jackson said he would rather play more Star Wars than do Oscar films.
Yeah, which is a hint,
Which-
hint, nudge, nudge. Like, could you imagine? I mean, this is the thing. When they first
He'd rather
announced,
do more snakes on a plane than do more Oscar
Get
films.
these motherfucking snakes.
when they announced a bunch of
Motherfucking
these
play.
properties, and then they did like, hey, we're gonna do 7, 8, and 9. When they announced that, and then they announced, hey, we're gonna do a Solo movie, and then we're gonna do a Boba Fett movie.
There was a Solo movie?
Yeah, the Han Solo.
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, there was only one.
Rogue
When
One.
they
Got
when
it.
they
Got
announced
That's a bit.
when they announced all these like supplementary stories as being like, hey, we're gonna have these stories take place in between, the main new trilogy, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be fucking great. I'd love to see a Boba Fett film. Back then, I'm sure if you listen to like previous podcasts, you can hear my excitement about it. And now that I'm on the other side of it, I'm not.
Now,
not.
Jeff, an important question: who wins in a fight, Revan or Obi-Wan?
I don't know if they took. Obi-Wan was never like exceptionally powerful.
I know. I just kept seeing that meme pop up a lot. I saw on TikTok somebody was like, "Who would win in a fight, Anakin and Ahsoka and Revan and Bastila?" I'm
Oh,
like, first
God,
of all,
okay.
Who would win,
Shut up.
Revan or Starkiller?
That's
Starkiller. He pulled down a fucking plane.
so. That's the other thing. Mandalorian season 2 turned
Mando.
into how many characters can Dave Filoni bring back into live action? And then A Book of Boba Fett did the same thing. How many characters can we introduce from the Star Wars universe into live action?
Question: was Jango Fett involved in the Book of Boba Fett at all, or was he dead?
Yes.
He was dead.
Yeah,
The
no.
Book of Boba takes place after he became
There
the bounty
only
hunter.
the only times that he was there was
Flashback?
for flashbacks.
At any point were the Kaminoans involved?
Yes.
I love
Were
the
they?
Kaminoans. I love
In
them.
flashbacks.
They're so cool.
Oh yeah. Oh right.
in flashbacks. That's the only time. So I don't know. Like my point is that like Taika Waititi is supposed to be doing his own Star Wars movie. He's already come out and said like it is not going to be connected to
The
anything
Kaminoan.
at all.
Oh, these are those
The
dancing
tall fucks.
anime one.
Yeah.
What?
People.
Yes, I know where you're going, Nick.
Yeah, they got those long necks.
Oh.
So that's
Got it,
kind
I
of
got
that's
it.
kind of what I'm looking forward to going forward. Is if you're gonna do Star Wars content, I love the content, but you need just move on. I don't,
Give me my KOTOR remake now.
Because
I mean,
I like not Boba Fett. I like Mandalorian because it started off as there's
Not
other
connected.
shit besides this like core of people
exactly.
in a vast galaxy. Just show
and
that.
Then in season 2, they're like, no, fuck that. We're gonna connect it to everything.
Yeah.
And the thing about Book of Boba Fett, actually, I'll spoil it. I don't. It's been long enough. You have to watch Book of Boba Fett because it becomes Mandalorian season 2.5
Nope.
with 2 critical episodes. That literally
Is that what the
Sit
aliens
up on a
done?
duck.
that literally explains what happens directly after Mandalorian season 2. Like there's a
Does
cliffhanger
it?
in Mandalorian season 2, and they just pick up the story in Book of Boba Fett.
Does it involve Yoda?
Yep. Wait, hold on. Yoda or Baby Yoda? There is a difference.
Yoda.
No, Yoda isn't there.
Oh, well, then I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to watching my Clone Wars.
But it brings
So
back
how much is Melinda May, aka Ming Na Wen, in Boba Fett? How much is that?
Count.
How,
quite a lot.
how,
She's
how
there
much? How much can I say? See
like-
of her?
95%.
How much am I gonna see of her?
Yeah, okay.
Ahsoka
you.
Tano is in
Her
there.
midriff.
Oh, midriff.
Am I going to see Footnut?
You also have like a better version of Luke Skywalker, young Luke Skywalker.
Just gonna watch everything everywhere all at once again. Same amount of lore.
I plan on watching that this weekend at some point.
You should.
I heard
You
it's
know how Jeff loves his multiverses.
You can watch it
Yeah,
on the
but-
YouTube if you want.
Did you watch
What?
the Daniels film before that? Does anyone know what that is?
What?
So the directors of this movie, they call themselves the Daniels.
That's
Like
funny.
the Wachowskis.
No, I think it's literally because both their first name was Daniel. And
That's
it.
correct. Quan and Sheart.
I think, yeah. Well, their first movie was Swiss Army Man, which was the movie where Daniel Radcliffe becomes a corpse.
Is that where
I
he
heard
Is that
about
where
that.
he fucks the horse?
I think no, that's Equus. No, it's Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe on an island, and a corpse washes up, and
And Ramona Flowers.
he can and he gets off the island by inflating Daniel
The
Radcliffe's
corpse?
corpse, and it farts, which is what propels him across the water.
That's stupid.
I mean,
The whole movie was fucking stupid. Like, he made the corpse do a judo chop to chop wood for a
Yep.
shelter.
Yep.
I'm just
But
gonna
I
read
mean,
the
it
Wikipedia.
was that's the thing. Like Daniel Radcliffe was like, you know what? I want to do some,
This is my art.
crazy shit after Harry Potter. I want to make
He
myself.
did. He fucked a horse. What else can you do?
I mean, clearly other things.
What's that? Akimbo.
Guns
Former-
Akimbo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's been doing some wild and wacky shit.
He fucked a horse.
Now he's going to be Weird Al.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
I didn't. I mean, Weird Al apparently 100% supports him in that, which is interesting.
I would hope so. He's all about parody.
Yeah. Well, so I started out this podcast saying that it wouldn't take this long, and it has taken 2 hours and 40 minutes. So
I blame Jim.
we are almost at the length of
Clone Wars.
Batman versus Superman, I think.
Sorry, I'm watching a trailer for this stupid
Oh,
fucking Swiss Army movie.
We are
Oh, I'm
past-
watching the exact same trailer.
This is dumb. This is so fucking stupid.
What are you watching?
Swiss Army Man trailer.
Oh, it's so stupid, dude. I'm not saying it's a good movie. I just think it's interesting that they directed that, and then they directed this new movie, which is like critically lauded. Everyone says it's amazing. It's interesting. Yeah, we have surpassed Batman versus Superman by a full 10 minutes.
But not in quality.
No. All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us for tonight. For those who are still here, we appreciate you tuning in. We have a couple of streams from front of the show.
Nope.
No, this weekend? No.
Nope. Vacation. Streamer vacation.
So maybe possibly something Monday. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, that one we still will have because I don't think I leave until Wednesday.
Oh, okay. So Monday's stream's still happening.
Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Roll it back to the Wednesday stream, which will
No.
not be Golf with Friends next time.
Why not?
Why the fuck so?
Well,
you almost
now
won. You
I'm on the
almost got about
fence.
it.
Now I'm on the fence.
I mean, I don't have to
I was about
play.
say, Nick is no longer required to play, so unfortunately that ain't gonna work. We're gonna
Yeah.
play
Play Golf
We're
Friends
gonna play
one.
Valorant on Monday. Yeah.
Wait,
I
what?
thought they were playing Ninja Turtles on Monday.
Oh.
Oh.
What?
Todd is just like, well,
I'm watching Valorant right now.
Tuesday
Hey,
stream
hey.
will be Valorant.
Whatever
No,
y'all
I
do
ain't
on
doing
June
that.
27th is y'all's business.
Huh?
I'm not going to be available for
Oh,
June 27th.
we're gonna cause a ruckus on Monday.
Oh yeah. I'm loving it. I want to see it.
Well,
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
our next podcast will be on June 30th.
I won't be there, just like for this one.
What you got going on Thursdays, man? You got some bingo with some old people? Is that your thing now?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Bingo in quotation.
I
marks.
almost won, but it was a coverall, and I only had bingo. Bullshit.
You didn't win that
Like you're
doily
legit
that
playing
Gertrude
bingo?
made?
Yes, I'm legit playing bingo. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Hey, I've played bingo before, and they get serious, and like they get some serious prizes.
You get
Okay,
fucking
listen.
booed if you call out bingo.
A year supply of Virginia Slims.
Not
was
like
like-
fucking TVs and shit.
It was like $300. The one that I almost won.
And on that note, you all have a great night. Bye.